I held her hand as she passed, as her heart stopped, and we were all there, and getting into just a little bit of a life lesson here is that's where I kind of understood like control the controllables in life. Like I love that phrase because I held my mom's hand, and just when she left, I was like, okay, like I was fine. Like I did not cry, and I do not want to say I was happy,
right?
But I was happy to the point because I take it back to when I first found out her diagnosis, and I cried uncontrollably every single day. Like I would come home from the hospital and I'd curl up in a ball and I would cry for like 5 days in a row until I was like, hey, dude, like this is going to be a long journey. What are you going to do? I'm like, you're a dad. Like you're going to go back to work. And I stumbled upon the phrase control the controllables, come from my buddy Ryan. And I was like, hey, well, what can I control about the situation? I'm like, no, I can't control anything. I'm like, this is out of my hands. And then I was like, all right, I go back to it and really think. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't control my mom's diagnosis and I can't control that she's going to die. Like those were facts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can control everything else. And I was like, oh shit. Like, so I can control how many times I went and saw her, how many times I took my son to see her, all the pictures that I took of them, what we talked about on the phone. I told her all the secrets that I had, told her all the crazy shit I did when I was like, when I tried to hide from her, and she knew everything. She was like, yeah, I know that. And that's where it kind of left me with like, when she passed, like, cause I was like, man, why wasn't I sad? I'm like, why didn't I cry? Like, am I going through withdrawal? But I was like, I had no regret.
Yeah.
I had no regret because why we cry and why, I would have been hysterical was because I wanted more time to do these things, but I did them all. I told her how much I loved her. I did it. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have told her. Nope, I did that. Oh, I wish I would have had one more picture of her and Deuce. Yeah. Nope, I have the last picture of them. It was in October. She was peeling apples with them, and I got a picture of her, hugging him. So it's like, I have all those things. Like, yeah, I wanted more time, but I knew it was out. I could not control that. And when it was time to go, it was time to go. And that was out of my hands. But I made the best out of the 2.5 years, during that period when we found out. So when it was over, it was over. I had no regret.
All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Dispatch. It's going to be a very fucking exciting one. I've been pumped for Andrew to come on for a while now. We've been in talks. He has a few classes coming up, and we're gonna get into a lot of that here shortly. But you guys are in for a treat for sure. Andrew Kolodziej is a police officer in the Chicagoland area. He is the founder of Turtle Hustle. He's been doing a lot of good things in law enforcement, leadership. He has these sheets for, accountability. I mean, this guy's squared away. He's been through the shit, been through hell and back. We're going to dive into all that. Brother, welcome to the show. How you feeling, man?
Thanks for having me. Feel great.
Dude, you look fucking great. You had a little run this morning, huh?
A little bit, a little workout, a little run in the rain.
A little shower?
Yep, a little bit. Hey, skin's waterproof, brother.
Let's go,
Skin's
brother.
waterproof.
Dude, your mindset is fucking badass, man. Very, very fucking happy that you reached out to me. It's turning into a beautiful friendship, dude. We're very, very like-minded.
It's been awesome,
dude.
And,
fantastic.
That people reach out to me and about talking about, hey, you need to reach out to this person, you need to reach out to this person, and it sent me your contact, and I was like, oh, okay, I look everybody up and looked you up, and right away I was like, got the butterflies in the stomach. I'm like, this guy can't be real. And 3 days later, we're on the phone. A week later, we're hanging out. It's awesome.
Having a few beers at your house, talking to some fucking badass dudes.
Within a week?
A week.
We were on the phone for 30 seconds. We're like, hey, we're gonna change the world.
Yeah,
we're gonna
100%.
Do it.
100%.
We become best friends.
Yeah. Yep. Do you want to do Karate in the Garage?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, man.
I'm married to a police officer as well. Local from the area, from Joliet, born and raised. I've been in law enforcement for 12 years. Grew up pretty normal life. You would think. Two brothers and a sister. Grew up in Joliet, big sports family. We all played played youth sports growing up, and just everything. Our whole lives were sports growing up, and went on, played football in high school. Me and my brothers all played college football.
JCA, right?
Yeah, I went to Joliet Catholic, and from there went on to St. Xavier University, played football there. Younger brother played there. My older brother played Big Ten football at Michigan. So big sports guy. It's pretty much been
Michigan State or Michigan?
Michigan.
That's
yeah,
fucking
Michigan's
sick,
a
dude.
huge difference between there. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So just grew up. Guess I grew up in Joliet. Playing sports and ended up meeting my my now wife out of college. Did a few jobs in between then, banking, beer, sales, things like that, and ended up getting into law enforcement because of her. Her dad and she wasn't really testing at the time or anything, but we ended up both becoming police officers pretty shortly after that. Been married now for almost 10 years. Got a 5-year-old son, and just living. Life is so good. Life is great, man. So
huge Clemson fan too, dude. Your
Huge
basement,
Clemson.
fucking amazing,
Thank
man.
you.
This guy's got fucking Clemson stuff everywhere. Jerseys, signed, helmets. It's fucking badass.
It's a lot, man. Yeah, that story of growing up a Clemson fan in Illinois when nobody knew what they were, so I always got to explain to people that. Growing up with just my favorite color, orange, turned into me being a Clemson fan. Nobody knew what they were, and now, now we it's our longest family tradition. Go out there. We're going out so Deuce will be 5 in July. He'll be at his 5th game in October in South Carolina. So yeah,
dude, I love South Carolina.
Cool. So great.
South Carolina, beautiful, dude.
Love
beautiful. Oh, fucking Mike Allstott went to JCI, didn't he?
Oh yeah, dude, we all wore number 40 because of him.
The A train,
He was our hero. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Like when we think like. When I was first of all, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, even in high school, when he was with the Bucks, the Bucks and the Bears were in the same division.
Yeah,
back then.
I remember.
So he would run them over twice a year. And I remember cutting out, they would have his picture always in the Herald News.
Yeah.
When he did good. And I remember cutting those articles out. And, I wore number 40 because of him when I was in high school. And yeah.
Love it, dude.
He's a guy.
Every now and then I'm like, I want to watch some Mike Allstott highlights.
The highlights,
they're fucking sick, dude.
I saw a video. It was one of those trend that's going around. It's like, Dad, what were you like in the 90s?
Yeah.
And it was Mike Allstott and just mowing people over. You forget he was the last true fullback in the NFL.
Dude, 100%.
Yeah.
It was from fucking the white dude from the Browns. This was back in early
Peyton Hillis.
Was it? He had
Peyton
that
Hillis,
1 year,
just
bro.
The 1 year. Yeah, it was just the 1 year. And that was it. Went to Arkansas.
I was like, could it be?
Yeah, no, 1 year.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
It was sad, but he had that. His
He was
1
1
year
year,
fucking
yeah.
sick,
and he laid it all on the line. Like that
Yep.
1 year cost him his career. They gave him so many carries,
dude. Even like Scadaboo, right? Like from the Giants.
Yeah.
He's fucked up now too, right?
You can't run that hard. This one's like, how did he play that long? He ran that hard for that long in that career. It's like you can only do that for a year or two now.
Yeah,
you just
man.
Get hurt. I don't even remember him ever really being hurt or anything like that. I remember playing every game.
Yeah,
Get 20 carries.
Dude,
It's so big.
I love it.
A guy that big shouldn't move that fast.
No, dude, not at all. Yeah, those motherfuckers are. There's some badass dudes, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
but he's the pride and joy of Joliet Catholic, man. A lot of people still know.
Love
about
it.
him. He's awesome.
I love me some Mike Allstott, brother. Love me some Mike Allstott. Well, then let's dive into like why you became a cop, man. So like you met your wife and your father-in-law. Like what really drew you into law enforcement? Because like in high school, like leading up to it, not a thought crossed your mind.
Well, so my grandpa, who I was closest with, he was a retired Joliet sergeant. So that was really the only. I didn't come from like a law enforcement family, and like in my family, like we didn't grow up like, oh hey, we want to like do this. Like we didn't have plans of like what we wanted to be when we grew up. Like we just played sports, It's like whatever.
Because we're going pro, baby.
And that was it. It's like we were just sports. Like we didn't know like what we wanted to do. Besides my sister, which we can get in that. Yeah. Will County Public Defender. Went the other way, but
I've probably seen her a few times.
I just I think I thought about it. Like people always bring it up, but you don't really know how to become a police officer. Like, isn't it like you just go apply? It's not like a job interview, right? It's like, oh, there's a want ad you fill out or something.
Right.
Like, you just like don't know how to do it. And like I said, when I met my wife and my now wife, she liked me because I wasn't a police officer because her dad was retired. He retired as a commander of Tinley Park and then brought back as the chief because their chief passed away on term. So they brought him back, and she worked records at the Tinley Park Police Department. So when we started dating back in like 2012, I heard about that. I would hear him talk about the job or just like stories, just like little things. And I'm like, I think I was like 25 at the time, and I was like, wait, like what? Is it literally? I was like, I remember we were driving in the car. I remember where we were at, and I'm like, I think I want to become a cop. And she was like, no, or I was like, I think I'm too old. She was like, no, this is how you apply. She told me just like about the blue line and the agent. I was just like, she's like, are you gonna do it? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, Like she was like, yeah, because she liked me, like I said, because I wasn't a cop. Because I mean, she's a beautiful girl, 24 years old, working at a police department records. I'm sure that a few police officers introduced themselves to her. But I remember I went home that night and I started applying. And I was one of those, like, I was testing every single weekend and filling out just application after application. And like, I like wanted it. I mean, this was back in, I said 2012, 13, 14, when there was, 300 people for one spot. And at that point, like before we met, she had taken like one police test because she like wanted to do it. And I was taking all these by myself every week. And finally, like, we were taking a test, Bentonville one. And I was like, hey, come take this one with me. I'm like, I'm sick of taking them like by myself. Like, come do it. And we go up there and I failed the test and she got one on the list and got hired like within like 3 months. And I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was mad at her.
Yeah.
Was like, I remember telling him, like, you don't know what it's like every weekend having to go interview and test. And I'm like, you showed up once and did it. But then it's just, man, this is like the first thing of like, just follow the plan. Like, it's always the plan.
Yeah.
3 months later, I get hired at the department next to her. She graduates the academy on Friday. I start on Monday.
Let's go, bro. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like how you meet somebody and it literally alters your life, right? Like,
yes.
So she met you, you met her. She kind of not push you, like indirectly kind of push you into law enforcement, and then you fucking pushed her to get her job where she's at now. I mean, that's fucking sick.
I think about that all the time. Like, wow, like if I never met her, like I don't become the police. And it's like, when we obviously we'll talk, it's like I'm more than a policeman, but it's like I love my job.
Yeah,
like I love it. And yeah, I think it's one of those where it's like you almost get sick. I'm like, oh man, what would have happened? Like, what would my life be without it? And I know it wouldn't be better. I know that. So
you wouldn't have your son. You wouldn't have Turtle Hustle. Like, I mean, you could be living a totally different fucking life or fucking dead. Like,
right? Yeah, because I tell you what, it wouldn't have been better. I know that.
Yeah,
it can't get better than it is right now, and it wouldn't have been better. But yeah, I think about that stuff. That was like, that is serious. That's the true first, like, okay, trust the plan, because she's the, and we'll talk about it, but yeah, she's the one that got everything started for me. I'm not who I am without her.
Big proponent of like, dude, trust the journey, trust the path you're on. Like it might get rough, it might get bumpy, like, but you have to go through some fucking hardships, man, to get to where you want to be in life. And then like, look at you now, man. And we're going to get into some fucking hardships in this episode for sure. Yeah. So you get on the department, man. Like, how was the academy? How was like being new in law enforcement? Like, was it an adjustment for you, or was it right off the rip, you're like, this is what I want to do? I'm obsessed. I'm in love.
I mean, I've always been obsessed with it. So like right away, like, it's different because you don't know what the job is until you get there.
Right.
Even after the academy, like, you still don't know what patrolling is. But the academy was fine. I was a little bit older when I got hired. I mean, I was 27, so like the middle of the pack, maybe a little bit on the older side, which is good.
I was like 26, and honestly, truthfully, like, going into the military, like doing all that shit really made me grow up, and then becoming a cop at like 25, 26, like right around the same age, actually I was way more mature and be able to handle that job in that atmosphere, because there's a lot of kids coming out of college 21 years old and they're like, dude, you shouldn't be carrying a gun.
Right.
You scared the fuck out of me. And
that's what people was like, oh yeah, I didn't get hired until I was 27, and like, oh, why so late? I'm like, because I couldn't have been a cop at 26 and a half. Right. Because I just wasn't, the maturity level for me wasn't there. Yeah. And I'm just like, again, just follow that plan. But yeah, not the academy, but the academy was good. Like, I liked it. It's
Where'd you go?
To Celia. Yeah. So, and you start out there and everybody, they got that paramilitary type. And luckily, the fun here, first day, right? So, you got to remember, like, Allison went to the academy before me, so I had all the ins and outs. I knew everything. Like, hey, this is what you got to do. This is, And the first day, we don't have our uniforms, right? We had to wear these white, like, dress shirts. Mm-hmm. And, like, I'm making sure, like, she's creasing.
Starchy.
I mean, you cut your finger on it, right? And I get there, and you have to line up, and you're at attention, and
position of attention, baby. Yep.
So they're coming around, they're looking at people, and I mean, we have guys who have shirts on, they have medallions on them,
Oh,
got a
hell
guy
yeah.
that has the and I'm just like, oh man,
You're getting fucked up.
yeah.
You're getting
Oh,
fucked
it was
up.
bad.
You're
I'm
getting
just like,
fucked up.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm not, they're gonna look at me. They're squared away. They just, they were gonna pass me on the first day. And you got a guy with, I remember seeing the guy that, like tuxedo shoes on because you got to have that shine in. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, these guys are gonna get it. Sure enough, they do. And the supervisor comes up to me and he's looking at me. He's got the clipboard and he's holding it, and he's still looking at me. I'm like, what's going? And he's like, what's this? And I'm like, what?
What's what?
What's what? There was had like a crease right here from like my seatbelt.
Stop.
And I'm like, well, it's just it's from my seatbelt. And he's like, unacceptable. And like starts writing on this clipboard. I'm like, oh, I'm done. I have to go get my old job back. Like literally, I could have cried right then and there.
Right.
And but that was like first day, man. And when we're there, I just love this story because it's my favorite one. But there's a guy who he didn't have his boot shined, and there was one of the instructors there, and he goes up and he puts his foot in front of that guy's foot, and he was like, you see the reflection in my boot? The guy's like, yeah. He's like, you see the reflection in your boot? No. And the guy goes, I do. It reflects you didn't put the time in, and just drills him. And I'm like, oh man, like trying not to laugh. But it was just, I will never forget that because I was like, that is like the greatest burn I've ever heard in my life. But I got to stay serious. But
did they do your inspection outside in the parking lot?
No, they had it's like a mock scene.
Yeah.
In there, I think the first day, but
dude.
But
ours was awesome. It's like people are like, they were doing ours out in the parking lot and the shit's getting fucking thrown. People are running.
Oh, so yeah,
some dude brought a fucking Crown Vic because he bought a Crown Vic. His own personal, had the spotlight on there, and they ripped his fucking ass.
That's right. They check your personal cars, your P cars. Oh, I forgot about that. I remember cleaning out my truck. Oh my, that's right. People had tinted windows.
Yeah,
they had to like get them taken off. I forgot about that.
Yep. Write yourself a fucking ticket.
Yeah. Oh man. No. Luckily, like I said, it didn't have anything like that. But the academy was good. I liked it. Met some great people, some instructors. Right.
It's a good stepping stone.
It is.
You learn a job on the street. It's a good stepping stone. Because like all these scenarios they put you through, Red Man, like it's always like worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. You're pulling up to a bar fight. What do you do? And then everyone starts fucking fighting.
Yeah, and we do that. And it's like, oh, I need backup. Oh, there's nobody else working, and your supervisors. And here it's like, no, that's not realistic. Right. But they put you in some bad situations, which is fine. But I liked it for the camaraderie part, man. The people you met
when you suffer
the way.
Together, brother, you build that friendship.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
I love the workouts, man.
We had good workouts. It was a good time.
We had really good workouts.
Dude, I didn't know lunges around a track would destroy you.
Oh, so we didn't do that.
Dude, it destroys you.
Yeah.
Lunging around the track.
We did a lot of bear crawl.
Oh, yeah, those two.
I can bear crawl with the best one. They sort of nicknamed me Bear, and I would just fly. I remember just going down. We would do like 50 yards and back, and like I would be done before anybody even got halfway through.
I love it. Dude.
And they just loved it. Everybody in the class loved it. They still call me Bear every now and again, but no, man, I loved it. It said getting up at 5 a.m, working out before you had those long days. Like it was good. But
did you ever do like asp training? Like a circle of death, like they put you in the middle and then like they start pointing at people and like people start charging you. You just gotta fucking use like the foam ass.
So we didn't have that. We had we did that similar thing, but we had like big like socks on like almost like flag football. Yeah. And you would have to grab them.
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah, yes, and you had to like kind of like keep your distance. And I'll never forget that because I was in the ring for a little while. I was grabbing people's flags and it was doing all right. Some kid just came in. And I'll never forget this kid. If anybody from my academy class watches, knows exactly who it is. He just comes in with this dome and just hits me and like attacked me, and it like hit the bridge of my nose. Oh. And my instructors, like they knew, like they looked at me and were just like, they were like, are you gonna go get him? Like it was that look where they paused to be like, hey, if you need to react, like you're good to pummel. And I'm just like sat there, and I remember like my eyes are watering. I thought my nose was broken. Right? Remember, and I'm just getting up, and I just like shook my head. I remember just like shaking my, and because this kid was like, he was like celebrating, and everybody was like, one of those were like, like somebody wins and everyone's like looking like, what are you doing, you idiot? Yeah, that's what it was like. And I remember just like looking at him, like shaking my head and like walking off, and they're like, oh, you gotta, write a memo and go to the doctor and this happens. I'm like, I ain't doing any of that. I'm like, I'm just going back to class. I'm like, I'm fine. Like, does it look like it's broken? Like, no, but yeah, it was stuff like that. But it was stuff like that. I mean, we're still talking about it. 13 years later.
Good self-control right there, brother.
Yeah, but it was like, it's just stuff like that. I'll never forget, just like weird stuff. But,
the best, man.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
I actually had a proud self moment once where like when the instructors would always teach us like wrist locks and shit, and like I grabbed that fucker, dude, grabbed by the elbow, flipped him up, put him that wrist lock to the side. He goes, "That was a good one." I'm like, "Let's fucking go."
Right? Yeah, because you didn't get a lot of praise in the academy.
No,
so
zero.
like if you did something good, like yeah, you're just like, oh man, like even if you did a good job, like and it's fine. It's not saying like they're like mean or anything, but it's like they don't want you to think that you know the job because you don't. But if you do, which maybe isn't probably the way to go about it. But yeah, you didn't get there was not a whole lot of good jobs given out in there. But
no, there was not, dude. But dude, wrist locks fucking suck. Those hurt like a mother, dude.
I still remember those days. Like you're just beat up after.
Dude, handcuffing? Forget
your
it.
wrist.
Raw.
Right.
Raw. And you're ripping people down and
pressure point day.
Oh,
remember pressure point day? So I remember I had to be we always had like the assistant to the instructor. I was the assistant on. So this guy,
I'm so sorry.
I remember him like apologizing to me because he's doing the thing on the back of my neck and he's doing that, and he's like, "Hey buddy, are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Yes sir, I'm good sir." And I'm like, I have no idea where I'm at. Yeah,
I love
Thank you, may I have another? Like, yeah, and I'll tell you what, I was not okay at all. It was just and everyone's laughing at you, and like
the one they do in your neck, like there's like, they literally poke their fingers into your throat, grab your chest, your collarbone, and like rip it.
Yep. Yeah, there's a few of them where I'm just like, I don't even know if anybody deserves that. It's like it is bad, man. But
deserves that.
That's it's funny. It's the stuff you remember.
Oh, 100%, man. 100%. So then how it's like getting on the street? Like, do you remember like how you were feeling, how it was like, cause like I remember like you were talking about, that creature, like I'm gonna quit like I gotta get my job back. Like you were panicking. Yeah. That's how I was like an FTO, man.
Yeah.
I was like afraid.
I remember
I had a mortgage. I had all that shit. I'm like, I can't lose my fucking job.
Yeah. I don't want to say, I don't think it wasn't my department that does this. I think it was more of the academy. They make you feel that if you mess up once,
you're done.
Like you're done. Yeah. Like if somebody looks at you on the street and you have like a shoe untied, it's just like in the academy, they'd be like, you can trust you to tie your shoe. We trust you with the gun. It's like, the shoe just came untied, man. I don't know. You want? I will tape them. I will get Velcro shoes if you like. I will Velcro them if you like. Like I want to be here. Like and then but looking back on it, it's like that's how bad I wanted it though.
Yeah. Right.
That's how I was willing to do whatever it took. I didn't care. But I had an FTO that was hard on me. I remember crying. Yeah. And thinking I'm not going to make it. But no, I mean, remember I think FTO was actually like worse than the academy, just from the feel of you always have someone with you.
The stress and judging and every little thing. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that?
Right. Like, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What'd you do there? I don't know. Tell me what you want me to do. But that's the thing is you like, and now I'm an FTO and then I try and tell it and it's never going to change, but it's like, do what you think you should do, not what you think I want you to do, because that's what you're doing. You're not being like, hey, what can I do here? Because for the most part, you kind of know what to do, but you're like, oh, what are they expecting me to do?
Hesitant, yeah.
And it's that for what, three or 4 months.
Yeah.
And
because the first year and a half, like you're on probation, so they can bounce you and you have no union protection and it's gone. Which I mean, it's good and bad.
It is. And luckily, like people always talk about, oh, you're on probation, like you can get let go. It's like, you got to be really bad or do something like super horrible to get let go. That's why I never even thought. It's like everyone always like celebrate. Oh, I'm like, I'm 2 months off till I get probation. I'm gonna try not to do anything. I'm like, unless you got something going on, like you're fine.
Right. You're not fucking violating someone's rights. You're not lying. You're not doing any of that shit. Yeah. I mean, lying will get you fucking bounced for sure.
Yeah.
And then fucking up majorly also will get you fucking bounced. But like, they're not gonna fucking bounce you for doing your job and trying to do your job.
Yeah. But no, had really good FTOs, man. Really good FTOs and learned a lot. But again, they can teach you. You can learn a lot, but it's not until you get out on your own till you really learn that job. But no, FTO was good. Like I said, had good FTOs and learned, but it was still that's stressful. Probably more stressful than the academy.
Super fucking stressful.
Yeah,
super stressful. Yeah. So then the first few years were pretty smooth for you.
Yeah. Spent my first 4 years on mids before I got reassigned. And like best, what was that phrase from The Office? I wish you knew we were in the good times while you were in them. Oh man, we talk about it now because coming up with the guys
Yeah.
The younger, the younger guys, and you're on mids, and it's different when, you're not married and, nobody has kids, and you guys hang out and you choose to be on midnights when it gets to that point when, there's 3-4 years and day shifts coming up and people are like, nope, because we loved working with each other. We loved getting in the shit on midnights. Like those calls are just, it's a different animal.
It's completely different from days, man. It's like you got 8 people or 5 people or 6 people or whatever your department size is, like, and that's it.
Yep.
In days, like they have admin, they have investigations, they have canine, canine night too.
Yeah, no, man, something goes wild. There's a day where it's like, okay, this most senior person. Like we always have a sergeant working though, so we always have a sergeant working. But I mean, new guy with 3 years on is almost senior officer. But it was, this is cool. We're a squared away group though, looking back, and even like the people that I worked with on mids, like seeing where everybody's at now, it's like we were squared away. But it was just so much fun, dude. Just the freedom,
Dude, nights is a great fucking. It's a little adjustment getting used to sleep schedule wise and all that, but it's a fucking blast, man. It really is. And you're getting those hot calls. You're running, you're gunning, calls are stacking. It's nonstop. It's just pure adrenaline.
Yeah, the only thing that's hard about is the sleep. But when you're single or you don't have kids, it's like it don't matter. You can just go home and sleep on your days off for 12 hours.
Right.
It's like do it with the kid, and get home at 7, got to be up at 10, and can't do it. But days. A lot of fun.
Yeah, I had my kid a year in my career, so it was just like, and it worked out because like my wife could do what she needs to do at night. Like if he's up, I'm staying up anyways. So I'll be feeding him, doing whatever. So it fucking worked out. It worked out. It always does.
It does.
It always does. All right, dude, we'll take a quick break and we'll jump right back in, man.
Cool.
Hey, guys, this episode is brought to you by Murphy Carter Law. They are a phenomenal law firm. I've known Rick for a very long time. He's a fantastic guy. Heart of gold. He supports organizations like Project Fire Buddies who give back to kids with terminal illness. This guy cares. He is a staunch advocate for first responders. He's just a blue-collar guy. He really is. He was a union construction worker at one point, and now he's just a shark in the courtroom, and that's just a fact. You're not going to go wrong by going with Murphy Carter Law. I promise you that. They will fight for you like they fight for their own family, like they fight for their mother, like they fight for their father, their brother, or their sister. That's just who they are. And they advocate for you guys. I promise they will fight for you guys tooth and nail. That's what they're all about. To make you guys whole again, or to get you close to that as possible, and by any means necessary. They've won major cases already. I have some notes over here. They have $11.5 million truck accident case. They have a $9.5 million medical malpractice case, and another $7.1 million delivery truck accident. They handle their business. If you're looking for a lawyer, if you've been in a situation like Carrie and I have, Murphy Carter Law. Check them out. Go to murphycarterlaw.com. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Tell them that Beyond the Dispatch sent you.
So I do 4 years on midnights. And right away, I love narcotics.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to get into, and that's what I did. Luckily, I had a guy in my department who I looked up to, and I kind of followed his footsteps, kind of taught me the ropes with dope work. And so I was lucky enough to do some good work on midnights, and then I got to work undercover. I went to our undercover mag unit for 2.5 years. So I was a buying agent. So I bought drugs. For 2.5 years. It was awesome.
That's
driving in, give you a nice little cool car. Got to grow my hair out, put my earrings back in, which haven't been in like 12 years. Just
looking homeless.
Yes, it was awesome. Looking back, like that was the best 2.5 years of my career. Midnights is awesome. Then I go into that and do working with basically the same guys for a few years. And
any inspiration for your look, or you just went with it?
I just knew I wasn't going to cut my hair.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my hair got super curly and down to there, and I had that awkward in between stage.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so bad. And I would wear a headband because I had to keep the hair out, and I looked like Thurman Merman from Bad Santa, and they, the guys figured it out, and that's how I got the nickname. My call sign was Thurman. And that was just the worst part of it. But no, I just knew I wasn't going to cut my hair. So I didn't cut my hair for like 5 years.
So the ball busting was there for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
It was out of control. Like it crossed. Yes. And like, I like to say like, I'm a nice guy. And like, there's like ball busting, like joking. And then I'm just like, oh, that guy's crossing the line. Like it was sometimes bad because you're so. I mean, dude, you're with these guys and like,
Oh yeah,
you got a lot of alpha, a lot of meat in the
Oh,
room
yeah.
for a
Can't
long
show
time.
weakness.
It was bad, and I'm just sitting there. I was like, sometimes I was like, I need an adult. Like I don't think this is going well. But at the same time, it was like that unit. It was so squared away. It was it was just squared away. It was awesome, and it was so much fun.
Dude,
change your appearance and do that.
How big of a difference from like being at your department and then being in this meg unit? It had to been a
Night. It was
drastic.
night and day.
So much freedom too.
So much freedom, because like as like a go getter, like somebody wants to do something, like it's out there for the taking.
Yeah.
You can just go do as much as you want at any point of the day, as long as you just like told the supervisor, because you could, and you would be at home, which is, I mean, it's a crazy thing. It was so good. It was like to the point where like I remember like I would be at home or I'd be at work and I'm like, oh man, I'm not going to be in here forever. Like I would think about like what's going to happen when I go back, like because I know like it can't get any better than this. I would be at home and like we would just be sitting on the couch. It'd be like 10 o'clock and I would be like texting a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Like, it's so weird. Allison's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just going to buy cocaine from this guy or something. Or we'd be like out and I'd be like sending videos. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just, sending this guy, see who has ecstasy out here. She's like, what? I'm like, and like, she knew, she got it, but it was just like, it was very weird timing. Like you're just sitting with your wife watching TV and like talking to a drug dealer.
Because you have to work, man.
You
Because
have to.
you have to be up when those dudes are up too.
Yeah. And
that's how they operate.
Yep.
Sorry, I only work from 9 to 5.
Yeah, I remember like setting my alarm sometimes for like 1 a.m. and just to get on and just be like, hey, text somebody, and then just turn the phone off real quick and be like, oh, hoping they'd be like, oh, sorry, I missed you, bro. And then there was one time where I hit the guy. I was like, hey, man, I'm looking for coke or something. And just text me back right away. I'm in bed, like so he's like, and I'm like, oh no, never mind, man. I already found somebody else. And it was funny, but yeah, just like doing that type of stuff, man. It was weird.
Had to put up that facade, brother.
Yeah,
had to.
So, but yeah, so much fun. Like I said, just being able to go work and do as much as you want.
It's a blast, and like the nice thing about like that flexible schedule, and it is that flexible because it's like you guys do like calls or runs or cases or whatever or operations at night. So it's just like, hey, listen, this is actually coming through. Like we need to drop everything. We all need to go out and take care of business. Yeah.
There's a lot of that
all the time.
Christmas Eve, sitting at home, being like, oh, someone just made a stop, grabbed 5 kilos, like, come on out. And luckily, like, it was like they're cool. We're just like, hey, if you can come on out, they weren't expecting, as long as we had enough bodies and everything. That was the kind of cool. But at the same time, everybody came.
Yeah.
Everybody came. And that's why the unit was so great.
The best.
It was just, hey, who can? Everybody would jump. Everybody would do anything to help anybody.
Yeah. How was that like family life? Was it pretty smooth?
See, again, I was lucky. I did it when I was married, no kids. And again, and Allison being a police officer, like she got it. Because that was, I mean, I'm getting called out all the time. Because you have your liaison towns you're in charge of. So you have people that like pay into that unit that don't have, an agent in there, but they use you for drug stuff. So, and I had great relationships. Oh man, loved going to the PDs and like helping them. Because I mean, they always have questions. You'd go in there and, they'd bring you, if you had a good relationship, they bring you stuff like, and that's what I wanted. I'm like, hey, call me anytime. I would come in there. I'd always write my number on the board. Anytime I went to the PD, like, it's funny because I would go into like the liaison town and you know me now. And like, I'm just like, can I go talk to the chief? And they're like, I can't. I'm like, give me to the highest ranking person here. I got to go introduce myself. Like, I'm in your territory. Like, so one, they don't see, because they don't know me. I'm like, you don't want to see some criminal looking guy walking around their department. But I'm like, just want to let them know, like, hey man, they pay for me. Like I'm here, like, trying to help them and do that. And yeah, just build good relationships. But like, yeah, I'm getting called out. Like I remember my phone just be ringing and she'll be like, just let me know when you'll be home. And but like, I don't know how people with non-law enforcement spouses, like I don't get it,
It's tough, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just so thankful like that she, she understood and she never questioned or was just like, she always, stepped up when something needed to be done. But yeah, it was a lot, but I'm glad I did it when I did it. Like I said, the path, I'm glad I did it when I did it.
100%,
because there were some spots and stuff I wanted and didn't get them, and I was upset. And then they look at how everything played out. And
played out the way it needed to be. Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
So, like, what are some memorable cases that you worked with the Meg unit?
Man, there's so many. Just, I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head, but and the ones I like doing, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but like, so the difference is like in classes of felonies, right? Like if you get so many of this, like it's a 1 to an X to a super X or whatever. And I just remember buying MDMA from somebody.
Okay.
And it was gonna be like a half ounce or something like that, and which would have been like an X or a 4 or something. It was like the felonies, and like you want to try and get that super X felony.
Right.
And I just towards the end of it, like I got good at like talking to these guys and doing these things. So I told this guy, I was like, hey, can you cap it for me? And so what that is like if you cap MDMA, it's an ecstasy pill because ecstasy pills is MDMA is just powder form of ecstasy. So this guy capped like 150 little capsules, and he weighed out like 0.01 grams of MDMA, and he capped it like 150 of them. And so I basically just walked him into his own Super X case, and and I remember it was for a lot of money, and forget what it was because we weren't rolling out there with thousands of dollars in cash because you can't put that much money out there because it would be a high risk for robbery, right? And like towards the end, like I always kind of took my pride in the like. I wouldn't even bring money with me. I'm like, no, don't need. I'll talk my way into seeing the dope.
Yeah.
They're not going to see money if they need it. It's in the trunk. It was like that. Right. So I'm like, and you have to fill out paperwork when you take money out. I'm like, I don't want to do it. It's like another thing you got to think of. Just like, and I'm like, no. So I remember that was like a couple $1,000s. And I remember the kid just getting in there and he's like, oh, you got the money? I was like, yeah, I got it. It's like, let me see those, and it's just a big bag of caps. And like, cause he's like, this took me like 3 hours. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, you're not going home for a while. So
this is going to take way longer than 3 hours.
Was fun. Yeah, dude, it was just good. That's just one that like, I always remember, for that, just for like my buying case. But there was, I'm just trying to think, but
how was he, the night of like, when you guys actually put like cuffs on him? Did it like, were you with him in the car when you guys fucking launched the plane?
Yeah, I was in the car. Yeah. And it's always a screaming. You just hear it screaming, but I get out of there real quick. So I don't really, you don't really end up knows what's happening.
Do you think you like grasp it like that you were?
Some do and some don't. Yeah. It just depends. Yeah, it really does. They either figure it out right away, or some are just some will just still hit you up and be like, hey man, the cops are on me or something. But we also do a lot of you do a lot of good stuff at deflecting, in the interview and things like that to deflect it away from like us being the police or anything like that. But no, I think a lot of like the late night stuff. I think a lot of the cases, where I just remember working like 20 hours one day, as I went to training.
Yeah.
And,
is that where you met Gabe?
Yeah. Well, so I met Gabe at narc school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went down to narc school. I met him, and dude, it was just you see a bunch of like. This podcast is proof. Like I love narcotics work. I love being a cop, but it's like I didn't want to just spend 2 weeks talking about narcotics and cop work, and then like you meet Gabe and he was with the other dude Jeff, and they were a different unit, and they were just like dudes. We weren't talking work with them. Like they were just like, hey, let's go hang out, and like so we went out for like beers with them at dinner and stuff, and so it was cool to hang out with.
Gabe's a fucking good dude, bro.
And then just meeting the people. Talk about going to conferences, and because we would work with probably I think why that unit was so good. It was like they helped every other mega unit.
Yeah.
So you worked a lot with them, and like so. I mean, talking about memorable cases, like dude, working with the other units and stuff like that was good.
Yeah.
But dude, like walking into grow ops was always fun.
Walking into what?
Like grow ops back when weed was legal.
Yeah.
But like those are just so cool how those were. Just be planted in the middle of a neighborhood.
Oh, and they're like in houses too. Like people built false walls and all that shit in their basements. It's fucking nuts.
So back when I was on midnights, one thing I wanted to do when I was on patrol, part of the reason I probably got the mega unit was like I wanted a grow house. Yeah.
And
everybody knew it. It's like I wanted a grow op to the point where like I remember driving around on mids because I would talk to the guys like the detectives and all the guys who who worked there for a while, and they would they'd tell me stories, and they're like, oh yeah, you look for this or that, and a house that isn't kept up. I remember I'm like, all right, I'm gonna drive the whole town, and I'm just gonna eliminate houses that can't be grow houses.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna go, and I got like, I did for like 2 days. Like, okay, this will take me my whole career. But you know what, man? I ended up getting a tip one time that there was one, that somebody was building one in their house, and I was like losing it. And I tried. There were some investigative techniques I did. I was like, okay, I know that it's in there, but I couldn't get into the house.
Oh man.
And
trash
for
holes?
like a year, did some things, but then like a year later, because I had an informant that told me, but we couldn't get in there. And then about a year later, we got called to that house. I wasn't working, but my sergeant did. And he calls me and he's like, hey, it's in there.
No.
And I was like, stop it. And this guy, he was like, he's my mentor, man. He was such a great guy. He's like, it's in there, dude. He's like, I couldn't go where it was at, but he's like, I saw a false wall. And he's like, I saw plants, or he's like, I saw soil and like a light. But he's like, I couldn't go any further because like we couldn't do it. I was like, but he's like, it's in there. I was like, all right, dude, my heart's like racing. Like I was like, all right. So I get to work and I hit the informer back up. I go back to do like some stuff where I'm like, okay, I know it's in there. And I end up getting her to buy out of the house. And I remember she was able to buy out of there. And then I remember her telling me, she was like, oh, they only have like a little bit left. Because I was going to hit it to, they have her sitting on like a half pound of weed or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they only have a little bit left. I'm like, oh crap, like, I got to get them while they have it because it's going to go dry. And I remember it was like the detective or somebody was like, send them in twice. So we did like 2 buys like back to back, like an hour apart to get the search warrant.
Yeah. Love it.
I worked a 12-hour shift. We did 2 buys with the informant like within like an hour and a half apart.
Yeah.
I worked my 12 hours, like doing the buys, doing the search warrant, typing that up. And no, it took me like 6 hours. The search warrant was the worst thing ever. Like I remember the state attorney was just like, you did a search warrant for a girl. You don't have any of the things in there. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing, you know? And then I remember that I got off at 7 a.m. and it was a Thursday into a Friday. So it was Friday. So it was like, it was my true Friday. I was off. But Allison was on her way to work. So she brought me an extra pair of clothes because I'm there for the long haul.
Yeah.
And, doing a Friday search warrant at 4 o'clock, like, you're thin on bodies, because not a lot of people are there. And I remember our guy that was in the DEA at the time, and I'll never forget. He talked about things like, you look back and like, man, I remember this guy helped me out when he really didn't need to. I remember him grabbing dudes from his unit, to come help me so we could do it because we weren't been able to do it. And I remember sleeping in a recliner for 2 hours because I remember my deputy chief took a picture of it. And he's telling me, he's like, no, I don't make them like they used to anymore, because I was just like passed out. I got like 2 hours. But, dude, I remember hitting the house and I saw it and like I could have cried. I was like, oh, it was like 2 years of my life, man, where I was just like, it's there. And I saw it and it was just like, oh,
yeah,
like,
I was just gonna do that.
I did it. Like it was just such a goal of mine. So I did it. And it was, dude, that was probably one of the most memorable things that like I did. It was just one of those words like I wanted it and I didn't just get lucky and stumble upon it.
No,
man,
you
I did like
it.
Good police work with like a ton of help because I didn't know what I was doing, man.
Right.
And it took so many of the detectives and TFOs and sergeants to like, because I mean, they let me do that stuff, they put a lot on me.
Brother.
It is. And
it's a team sport.
All the people that were involved in that was one of my favorite ones.
You're talking about like writing search warrants, and I'm thinking to myself, like all those times, like you work these shitty fucking long calls, and then you're like, now you have to write a search warrant. And it's the worst when you have to write a search warrant when you're exhausted. It's like 4 a.m. You can't even keep your eyes open.
No.
Oh, man.
It's bad. Not luckily. I mean, after you do them for a while, like we were writing them for
templates. Templates help.
Templates. But when you would get that one, though, every now and again, it's like, I got to type for just something
brand new
out there. Yeah. Or you're doing like a John Doe or something where you got to go meet the judge in person or something. It was just like, yeah.
Dude, getting it signed that night, like I remember, like being like, we got this, we're holding perimeter, like we're waiting for a search, and you're just like, oh my god, like
just waiting, and then everybody's texting you, hey, is it almost done? Just shut up, like is it almost done? Like leave me alone, like what's taking you so long? You come do it, man, and
motherfuckers.
But I get it because it's just like you got guys who are angry, like you haven't gone to the bathroom, you're on perimeter, like you can't leave, you haven't eaten in 10 hours,
right?
We're all in the same boat,
or the weather's shitty, it's raining, it's snowing, bro.
Dude, I mean, we'll get to that at some point, but it's just like I'm the biggest baby in weather.
Oh, dude.
Like people, I love like people look at me like, man, look at that guy. I'm like, dude, I'm like, if it's like 50 degrees, I don't go outside. I was like, I have like a hoodie. Like, I can't. I hate police work in the cold. It's the worst.
Miserable.
Taking an accident report, like it's so bad,
dude. I remember a SWAT call out. It was October, and we got called out at night, and we were there all night, and you saw the sun go down, you see the sun rising, and it started to rain, and you're like, I literally was like falling asleep standing up. I was so fucking miserable.
Yeah, it's like when Talk about being in perfect conditions. You get those perfect conditions. The police work's awesome, but it's just
Awesome.
like, oh, you got a search warrant tonight. Awesome.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'll hang outside. I'll do, surveillance or whatever. And then it's just like, yeah, it's 45 and sleet. And it's like, yeah, maybe we'll let this guy go. Maybe we pick him up in May,
We'll get a warrant for him.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I don't think he's coming out. We've been here for 5 minutes. It's like, yeah. So a lot of those stories. But again, those are like the stories that you think. I remember all the non-perfect condition calls and stuff.
You always do.
Yeah,
those always stick out
those
to you.
are the ones. But
so, you want anything else you want to touch on the Meg unit, or you want to transition when you kind of get out?
Nah, let's go about when I get out, man. Like I said, 2.5 years there. It wasn't long enough, but
dude,
it was awesome.
And then going back to your department too, working fucking patrol again.
Well, I go from I go from Meg to DEA.
Oh shit! So you went right into DEA then?
Yeah. I love that unit, but DEA was the spot I wanted when I got to my department. That was what I was working for, and I just got put into a team leader position in Meg, in like November. Found out my wife was pregnant, and so it was like November 2020. Found out my wife was pregnant, moved to the team leader position, which is like it's cool, but it's not, because like you're done buying and you're just like, no, you're like, it's like any supervisor. You're like approving reports, you're running operations, you're in charge of 5 undercovers who are just going wild and doing just off the wall shit. Yeah, they're just like, hey, I want to buy from this guy. I think he's got like 4 gun charges. It's just like, yeah, we got to figure this out. Like, I need an adult. Like, okay, he's just like, does this guy have a criminal history? Oh, no, I don't think so. And then you have the intel analyst line up. He's like, yeah, he's 2 and 1 homicide. We're like, yeah, we're gonna need to know this. Like, but I get moved into that, and I was only there a little bit, but it was really cool. My PD, I just told my PD, like early on, I was like, I want the DA spot. I'm just like, so I would really, really like that spot, and worked hard enough. And the guy that was in there for 9 years, did an awesome job, got promoted. And I remember them calling me in, and they were like, DA spot's opening, it's coming up, you want it, it's yours. I was like, oh, and I had to take it, even though I was just like, oh, they told me, they're like, you stay, Meg, you could stay in there. Did you guys have term limits? Yeah, kind of. It's performance-wise, maybe. So Meg, I think, was it 3 years with like an option of a 4th, or like 3. So I was like, well, it's going to be coming up,
right?
But then I think somebody's in there now. I think they almost be in like 4 or 5 years, because it's just it's all timing and everything, right? How well you're doing, logistics at the police department and stuff. So I was like, oh man, I only probably got like a year and a half left, and I was done buying. So the fun, but DEA was what I was working for. So I start in that unit in starting like February. I go in the unit like February, March, and then I don't really start with them because it takes forever to get all that clearance and all the stuff with the feds. So I get my credentials and everything around June. And
they
then
do like a full background check on you.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything all over again. I mean, they're doing I do all the references, and they're they didn't do a home visit, but they talk to everybody. I mean, you got all the bank accounts, your prior history and residences, and it's just like
they check everything.
Mm-hmm. And then like that stuff, like, has to get signed by like so many people in the feds, and it just sits on desk for a while. And
right, because they don't move fast. Yeah.
No, so it was a long process. Like I said, it wasn't until June till I actually was like able to work. So I was there for like 4 months, and you can't do anything. Yeah. Because like you need to do everything on. You have no equipment. So it's like somebody gives you a radio, you have no laptop, like you can't help with like reports, and you can sit there and be like, oh, hey, I'll show you how to do it. It's like, until you start doing it, you don't know.
Right.
But so I do that till like June, and then a month later is when my wife has my son. So and then that's when shit just starts going downhill my whole life. So so on July 22nd, 2021, my wife gives birth to Deuce. Best day of my life. Yeah. To this day, greatest day of my life. While we were in the hospital while she was, giving birth, my mom was in the hospital. She went to the hospital with like some routine stomach issues. And anybody that has kids and like their mom's like grandkids are my mom's life. She had 4. Yeah, she had 4 already at the time. For my brother had 2, my sister had 2, and yeah, she was, like I said, she was in the hospital, and then 7 days later, so on the 29th, we found out that they diagnosed her with terminal cancer.
Oh,
yeah,
stomach?
stage 4, colon.
Colon. Oh
yeah.
My God, dude.
So I literally, at that point in my life, I was a new dad. It's like the greatest. It's all all I ever wanted.
extreme high.
It's the highest of highs. It's all I like. My wife still just like that's all I wanted. Like I just wanted to be a dad, and then like I'm the biggest mama's boy ever.
Yeah,
like
same, brother.
I'm so bad, and so 7 days later, I have literally, which is still to this day the worst day of my life, was finding that out, and then like I'm trying to balance this new career that I've worked for 7 years.
Yep.
So I go 2.5 years of balancing or trying to balance. It's like where does the priority lie? Like,
right.
Do I be a good dad? Like, am I a dad first? Or, oh wait, you're spending time with your newborn. Your mom's dying. How many more times? Because I gave my mom 4 years. It's like, how many more times do you see your mom? And but it's like, well, what about this job that you're trying to learn, which is an extremely difficult position?
Oh, absolutely.
And at this point, and not like saying, and there's like, I kind of like I was in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah.
It was very different from like, you like set the bar so high. It was just, it's different work. Like I loved buying drugs and I was a breacher on our oh man, breaching doors and buying drugs. It was just, I sound like a meathead, but it's so much fucking
it's the
most fun
dude.
thing. And I remember there's another podcast you guys talking about it. But
it's the best, dude.
But and then you go into like the DEA, and it's just it's like long-term paperwork surveillance for hours upon hours of yes, and you're just sitting in a car, and I'm not meant to sit. And so I was just like, okay, like nothing bad, but like I don't think this is for me, but I've wanted this. Like I'm gonna stay in there and work. Like it's still cool. It's still a cool job. Like you're still yeah. And again, it's like not saying bad, but it's like better than being at the PD. Like not even in a sense, but it's like you feel like you worked. I worked for this, I got to stay in there, try it out.
You wanted it so bad, and you probably like put it up on his pedestal, and then once you get onto it or into it, and it's not what you wanted or what you thought it would be.
Right.
Yeah.
And you kind of have that feeling too of like, back at your PD, like, hey, like I'm, because only one, man, like goes to your head, but it's like you feel special.
Yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
It only goes to one person, and like, didn't have to interview. Like I worked hard enough to get it, and you don't want to disappoint your PD either, because I have such a good relationship with everybody there. It's like but I didn't really want to come out. I just found it's like, oh man, maybe this wasn't exactly what I thought. Yeah. Well, I mean, get into that, but yeah, for 2.5 years, I tried to, like I said, balance that, and then it actually came to the point where my PD pulled me out. They pulled me out of DEA, and I went back to patrol, and I wasn't happy about it at the time. I mean, why would I be?
Well,
right?
Yeah.
It was.
You had a lot going on. You're learning to be a new dad. Like, there's no fucking book on how to be a parent, right? And then, too, it's like you're learning a new position that you've wanted for so long, and you're trying to please and show, like, hey, listen, you put me in the spot, you believed in me, I'm gonna fucking make you proud.
Yeah, I'll tell you one wild story. While during this 2.5 years, so like everything's broken up. Like I never got to get in like a good rhythm there.
Yeah.
And so like it was, well, first of all, my brother. The December after my mom got diagnosed, my brother got diagnosed with cancer. My brother's the best man at my wedding. We're best man at each other's wedding. Like super, super close. He gets diagnosed with cancer. And then that following March, I go to the doctor for like my routine checkup, and like everything's good. I just started getting like my sleeve worked on and stuff, which comes into play later. But he was like, hey, your heart rate's super low. Like you're resting. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I have a low resting heart rate. Like I heart rate trained doc. Like, he's like, but it's like, it's at 48. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm good. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I want to send you to go see a cardiologist. Oh, and then they said, like my liver enzymes were high. And I'm like, okay. Like eventually I go to see a specialist, a cardiologist, and they didn't like what they saw. And he ends up telling me, he's like, how fresh is that tattoo? And I'm like, I just got done. And they tried telling me, they're like, oh, I think you have hepatitis C. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? And I don't know if this was, and I'll butcher the story, but I'll just tell you all the information. Like I was going to sleep. I was waking up in like a pool of sweat, like waking up, pool of sweat, headaches. Like I don't get headaches. I was having headaches. I had no energy. I would be on surveillance. And I would like fall asleep in the back of my truck. Like if we were sitting on a long-term surveillance and like I wasn't like the eye, I would have to go in the back of the truck and like fall, because I would just fall asleep.
Yeah.
I would like work. I never stopped going. I never stopped like working out. Like one day, I'll tell you what happened was like one day I ran a half marathon before work. I had to do like a 2-hour run. I burned like a half marathon, like going to work, and I'm like, man, I don't feel that great. Like legs are heavy and this or that, and this stuff goes on. I was giving blood. I was like, I was going to doctors. I was going to specialists. They were running all these tests on me. I gave blood 6 or 7 times. And like, you have to fast every time you do it. I'm like, fine. I wouldn't eat. I wasn't eating for like 24 hours at a time. I'm like, just take blood, like find out what is going on with me. It got to the point, man, where like I stepped on the scale one day and like, I don't lose weight easily. I'm like very thick and like, I have a hard time just like losing weight. I lost like 8 pounds and dude, I thought I was dying. They could not tell me. I was going to the doctor like 2 or 3 times a week. They're taking blood. They're running all these tests and the doctor could not tell me what was wrong with me. He's like, your liver enzymes are this. Like my urine was like brown. It was, dude, so many wild things going on. And, I would come home from work and I would have Deuce. And I remember just like, he was like 18 months. No, not even. He's like 8 months. And I remember I would just like have him on the ground. And I would just have my hand on him and I would like try and like lay on the couch and be like, just hold on till Allison got home. She would like walk in and I would crawl up my stairs into my bed. And I was still going to work, dude, and doing this stuff. And luckily, well, not luckily, but I thought I was dying. I mean, I thought I was literally dying because you start Googling stuff and it was just like,
oh, it's a worst case scenario.
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and like all these things. But like, dude, when you're taking these tests, they're telling you all these things in your body is wrong. And the weight is what got me. I'm like, I lost 8 pounds. I'm like, I'm withering away. Cause dude, my mom's dying. Like you're in it. Like your mom's dying. Your brother just got diagnosed. And I'll never forget getting a phone call. This was the beginning of March and it went all the way through like the middle of April. It called me. I had mono.
Oh shit!
I had mono. Which now like makes me mad. Not doctors. I love doctors, but I'm like, Doc, you for 6 weeks you couldn't tell me, dude, that I had mono. And I ran a half marathon. I'm like, do you want to talk about mindset? I'm like, dude, I ran a half marathon with mono. Like I was like, dude, damn, yeah. I'm like, how didn't I die?
Right? Isn't it your spleen?
Yeah, like, how did I was still doing like sled pushes. I was like training for stuff.
Fucking lucky, man.
Just going and like, dude, it was like hard to like. Do you think I wanted to do work? It was in the middle. I was doing my first case with DEA at that time, and like I remember the dudes coming up. They're coming up from like St. Louis. I was helping them out. They were helping me out. Like we were doing a joint case, and like. I wanted to like, cause they come up and like, you're supposed to like take them out, show them a good time. They come up here and it's like, I was like, hey, all right, dude, like, I'm like, can you guys type the search warrant? I'm like, I have to go give blood and go home and go to bed. And like, that's what my life was for like 6 months. That was like right when I kind of got back from like Deuce. So I was like trying to like prove myself, but like, dude, I was just a shell of myself. I never told anybody that. Nobody in my PD ever knew that.
No shit.
Yeah. Cause I didn't feel like giving an excuse or something.
Oh,
like,
right.
Dude, you know,
but it's like fucking reality of the situation, man.
So that's what like, so that went on. And then, like I said, then,
to the stress of like everything else, your mom, your brother,
still trying to be a dad, man. Like I feel like your whole like, man, because it goes back to like being a dad, because like that's like all I wanted, and I felt so cheated. And like for my mom, like my mom's not going to get to enjoy, my grandkid, and I'm like felt like in the days up to it, like I'm 7 days into being a new dad, and like I get the happy, I'm holding Deuce, this is great, and I'm like, oh here. Now I have to go visit my dying mom.
Like the rug's pulled right out from underneath
gut punch every single day. But that's what happened for like 2.5 years when I was in there. So get pulled out, go to mids. Not happy at all, because it's not on my terms. It's the first time,
right?
And I don't want to say like my law enforcement career, but like just in a life where like I don't get fired. I don't take steps back.
Right.
It's just not who I am, and I don't take that.
You're a competitive dude.
Yeah. And you take it personal. And the people is like, oh, don't. No, it's like, no, that and not in like a sense of way like, oh, F you is against me. It's just like, no, it's like, take that personal, like not as an attack, but accountability wise, like, hey, that was on you, right? Like, hey, you let you down. Yes. Yeah. So, but I go to mids, man. Oh, the absolute worst. Because now my mom's health is just, because it's 2.5 years after her diagnosis, right? Deuce is 2.5. Allison's working day shift on the B team, and I'm working midnights on the A team. So her mom would have to sleep over the night that, like, I'm coming. She leaves at 5 a.m. and I'm getting home at 7. And then, I feel like such a burden. And now that I'm just like, okay, I'm going to just sleep. And okay, the first time my eye wakes up, or my eye opens, I'm just going to get up so I can get them out. And, or they would stay and like let me go to the gym, and so I'm getting these like half-ass workouts in, which is fine, like still getting them in. Right. But like, dude, I'm not sleeping. Coming home from shift at like 7, and your phone starts ringing at 8, 9, 10 a.m. when it's on do not disturb. So you know what that means. Like my sister's trying to get a hold of me, and it happened a few times where it's like, hey, gotta go to the hospital. Mom. So
dude,
that happens. That happened in October. I remember I worked a Wednesday, and then I get the call, and I had to go in on Thursday. So I went to the hospital. Basically, didn't sleep. Went to the hospital. Stayed with my mom until I had to go to work on Thursday night. She recovered after like a few days. Come home. I'm sorry. In August, she went down to Northwestern. She spent a week at Northwestern Hospital. So actually, I had to take some time off work. And then that happened again in October. Same thing. And then it happened again in November, except she didn't come home. I got called. I worked Thursday. So it was like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Friday morning. I got the call. I was like, hey, like this is it.
Fuck,
so
dude. What was going through your brain?
To be honest with you, it was like, all right, like we knew this. It was,
coming.
It's like, okay, like almost like, all right, like we knew it. There was not much left. My mom's probably 90 pounds at this point.
And to see her go through that too, and then to suffer, man,
and
that's tough. It's like a freight train. You're on the tracks. You see it fucking coming.
Oh yeah. You knew it, but you know what, man? I'll get into it a little bit, but we went in there the third, and we kind of knew it. She and I think then was it the next morning? The next morning we went there, knew it was basically. She was going to pass that day, and like she wrote on a piece of paper, she was like, "Is this it?" Oh man! And I don't remember what we told her or anything, but it was to the point where like I was there holding her hand. Well, I'll tell you, we're sports fans, right? Yeah. My mom, she grew up, man. Well, all we did was watch sports, right?
Yeah.
Clemson Notre Dame game was on, 11 a.m. game. My mom, it's like 11, 12. I got my phone in my hand down there. I'm watching it, and the other hand's on my mom, and my brother's on the other side, and he's like, dude, what's the score to the game? And I'm like, I'm watching. He's like, dude, turn it on the TV. He's like, mom would want us to be watching this game. Yeah, so I'm like, and then what was funny? We were like, I'm like, yeah, dude, like you instead
lying.
of being like, oh yeah, come and make an excuse. We're like, oh, dude, like, no, you're right, man. Like, because all she ever like loved, like we talk about like growing up, and I, tried to tell about me, growing up was like my life was everybody at our house watching sports and my mom cooking, and she wanted nothing else.
Love it.
But so we turned the game on, and she passes away, and I held her during the game.
Oh.
And
but honestly, dude, that's how she'd want it, man. Like with her fucking boys, watching a game.
We were all there except my brother because he lives in Arizona, but we were all there with her friends.
Love it.
And I held her hand as she passed, as her heart stopped. And, we were all there, and getting into just a little bit of a life lesson here is that's where I kind of understood like control the controllables in life. Like I love that phrase because I held my mom's hand, and, just when she left, I was like, okay, like I was fine. Like I did not cry. Yeah. And I do not want to say I was happy,
right? But
I was happy to the point because I take it back to when I first found out her diagnosis, and I cried uncontrollably every single day. Like I would come home from the hospital and I'd curl up in a ball and I would cry for like 5 days in a row until I was like, hey dude, like this is going to be a long journey. What are you going to do? I'm like, you're a dad. Like you're going to go back to work. And I stumbled upon the phrase control the controllables, come from my buddy Ryan. And I was like, hey, well, what can I control about the situation? I'm like, no, I can't control anything. I'm like, this is out of my hands. And then I was like, all right, I go back to it and really think. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't control my mom's diagnosis, and I can't control that she's going to die. Like those were facts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I can control everything else. And I was like, oh shit. Like, so I can control how many times I went and saw her, how many times I took my son to see her, all the pictures that I took of them, what we talked about on the phone. I told her all the secrets that I had, told her all the crazy shit I did when I was like, when I tried to hide from her, and she knew everything. She was like, yeah, I know that. And that's where it kind of left me with like, when she passed, like, cause I was like, man, why wasn't I sad? I'm like, why didn't I cry? Like, am I going through withdrawal? But I was like, I had no regret.
Yeah.
I had no regret because why we cry and why, I would have been hysterical is because I wanted more time to do these things, but I did them all. I told her how much I loved her. I did it. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have told her. Nope, I did that. Oh, I wish I would have had one more picture of her and Deuce. Yeah. Nope, I have the last picture of them. It was in October. She was peeling apples with them, and I got a picture of, man, got a picture of her, hugging him. So it's like, I have all those things. Like, yeah, I wanted more time, but I knew it was out. I could not control that. And when it was time to go, it was time to go. And that was out of my hands. But I made the best out of the 2.5 years, during that period when we found out. So when it was over, it was over. I had no regret. I wasn't sad. So
amen, brother.
Yeah. Talk about finding, finding some life lessons in, a terrible situation. That was for me.
That's tough, man, to watch someone you're so close with to have that relationship. You said you are mama's boy. And like, I was like thinking in my head, like I'm very close to my mom, very close to my mom. And like, was starting to get emotional as you were talking.
Yeah.
And that, fuck, man, that's tough.
But, and I mean, I tell that story, but the thing is like, dude, it's like, I'm on midnights, bro.
Yeah.
Like I just got like the biggest, and here's even another thing, dude. So when I get out of there, and this is why like they talk about like this 2.5 years being, so when I get out of the DEA is like nothing that, I never was like, I want to get promoted and like become a sergeant. There's nothing I was like ever like really like wanted, but it was something I always thought like if you work hard, like opportunities just going to present themselves. Right. We had a sergeant's test, and I think that the test was 2 days before my mom's funeral. And like I had a good shot. Like I knew I had a good chance to get promoted. But I like held on to that. Like that was kind of like my thing of like, I knew everything was going south with my mom, stressed at work, but I'm like, hey, I'm going to get promoted. Like I'm going to work really hard to get promoted. And I think it was in a way of just, it was kind of like an FU to everybody who, because, when you get removed from a spot, everybody starts talking throughout the county, man. Like I had people be like, hey, what happened? You do blah, blah. And like, I wanted to like shut everybody up to be like, oh man, like, he got promoted. Like I thought it gave like some substance. They wanted to kind of be like an FU. Well, it didn't work out that way. And I'm like, out of all those things to talk about, like, man, that hurt. Because then it was like, oh man, it's solidified. I'm a piece of shit. Like, you're not a good cop. Like, you thought you were awesome. Now look at you, but look at how you want to talk about being humbled. Like, dude, you were in a spot of 1 of 1, and now you are back where you started. All your friends are getting promoted. People have less time on than you are getting promoted. And there's no more spot. Like, that was the plan. Yeah. Like, it was DEA, and then it was like, okay, at some point you're going to get promoted, and yeah, go on. It's like, oh no. Like, you go back to midnights, brother, and now your mom passed, and
now you deal with all that
and all that, and you're staying on there, and then
So how was like your mental status like at that point, man? Like you probably battling.
So it's crazy you bring that up. Terrible, to the point where my wife was like, "You need to go talk to somebody." I was that bad. I did and said some things that I'm not proud of to this day, and never once in my life have I ever thought about hurting myself or hurting somebody else. But I remember looking back, I think I was just driving, and I was so overwhelmed, and my shit was so bad that I was like, holy shit, now I get how somebody kill themselves. I get it.
It's painful.
Yes. I was like, oh man. And the reason that I couldn't kill myself ever is like, man, I have so much support, so much to live for.
Yeah.
So much, like I have the support system. I have the things to live for. Like I love my life. But I'm like, somebody who doesn't, I have the, the mental, wherewithal to know the ramifications of that.
Right.
But I'm like, man, you think of somebody whose life isn't great, who doesn't have the support system, the family, the friends, the job, the security, whatever it is. I'm just like, dude, it makes it easy.
Sense.
Yeah. To do it. And I would just remember, I was like, holy shit, like this is what that feels like. I'm like, man, like that's wild. But I did end up calling somebody. He's my former deputy chief. He's now the chief of Western Springs. His name's Sean Gahuli.
Shout out Sean.
Oh, dude. I haven't shouted out many people on this, and he's
good
one of them.
Dude.
Oh,
Love
man.
It.
He's we'll get him to follow you. He's gonna be all over, man.
Okay.
But this is the type of guy. I texted him. I was like, hey, can we I was like, hey, can we talk? Can I call you or something like that? He's like, give me 5 minutes. And within 4.5 minutes, my phone was ringing. He's like, hey, what's up, dude? I'm like, Sean, man. I'm like, I just got to talk to you. And I just told him what was going on. I'm like, man, like, why is this happening, to me and this and that. And it was just more of just needed to get it off my chest. And, I won't talk about like what he said, but I got off that phone and it was like, oh yeah, here we go. We're back. We're back. And that's what it was. And that's all it was. And I remember like texting Allison. I'm like, hey, I called Sean. We're good. It was just like, that's all I needed. He's just, he's the type of person that like, I had to run everything by him. This is how I feel. Why? And he just, he killed it. He was like, hey, you're good. This is what's going to happen. and I just trust him with everything. And
sometimes you just gotta remind yourself who the fuck you
dude,
are, brother.
I told that to somebody the other day. You texted me that, right? Man,
Yeah.
you texted me that a few days. Sometimes you gotta remember who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
I texted that to somebody.
I was going to the gym one morning, and I was getting down on my own stuff. I'm like, dude, like it was just like shit, like stress was starting to get like, on me, and like I started spiraling, and I'm like, no, that's not how this is gonna fucking go. And I'm going to the gym. I started playing some fucking music. I'm like, sometimes I just need to remind myself who the fuck I am, dude.
It's so good.
After everything you fucking been through, battled, conquered, overcame, the things you've achieved, you're fucking way stronger than that. Just remind it, baby.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great one. I love it. So I use it already.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Sorry, I threw you off.
No, you're good. I mean, I'm trying to think. No, but I mean, that was. I mean, yeah. I mean, that was.
So you bounced back. So like, then you went back into like work. Kind of like everything kind of flipped, or like what was?
Oh man, everything flips. I forget that it's still like life goes on, right?
Yeah, dude.
So I'm okay. Mentally, I'm back. Kind of. I'm still really tired because I'm on midnights. But you go through the holidays, right? I'm like, oh crap, the holidays. My mom, the first ones, she loved. When she was doing bad, she was like, I just want one more Christmas. I just want one more Christmas. She loved. Dude, so my dad starts finding Christmas presents around the house. Finds a little ornament with him and her on it, and she's got wings on it. That was hidden from, dude, just heartbreaking stuff.
That
Heartbreaking.
Ripped the
dude,
heart out of my
worst
chest.
thing ever. Yeah. So like, dude, we go through that. Then like it just sucks. Like work's fine, but like I go to day shift patrol, which like I'm like,
oh yeah,
we talk about the path. We'll get to that, but here I am. I have like 10 or 11 years on, and I'm like, I'm back on day shift patrol, where I'm like, this was not what I had in my plan.
Right.
And like, there's no chance of like, there's no getting promoted at this point. I was too far on the list, you know, and there's just really no spot that I want anymore. Like I wasn't like working towards anything. Dude, I put in for I didn't know what, I was like panicking because I was just like, I'm not going to day shift patrol. I'm not. I was like, dude, I put in for like our special projects, like the Kalia spot where it's
really?
oh my God, like, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get that. I was like, I don't get that. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, I'm like freaking out. Like, I got to find something out because there's just like, there's that stigma, I think. You know,
yeah,
it was just,
I gotta do something. I gotta do a specialty.
It was, you know, it was definitely an ego check. It was like, it was. I thought I was too good for it. I will say it. And I don't care. I thought I was too good. I 1000% needed it because I was a rock star when I first started because I was a little bit older, right? And I was a go-getter, and like I crushed it on mids. And anybody in my PD, they would say that it's like because I did a really good job. I towed the line and I killed it. And then I went into DuMeg, and it was awesome. And then I went into DEA, and then it was like because I got everything that I wanted. I got it. Not that it was handed to me, but I did it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep rocking.
I would say handed to you because I think you proved yourself.
Yeah, it was.
It
wasn't. You know, but yeah. So I go through that, but I was on day shift, and I was like, oh man, like you know, this kind of sucks. Like. I didn't have this in store, and so I'm like trying to figure out like what I'm gonna do with my life. But then during that time, like we get through like the summer, and like May is Mother's Day and like my mom's birthday, so you know we get through that, and then July comes, and so we're kind of I'm on this you know kind of getting into a groove like after you know dealing with you know mom passing away, and I'm getting in the groove of the like, day shift and learning day shift patrol again because first I was never on days, and it's a whole different animal than a lot of other things I was doing, and then. I don't know which one came first, but it was July 10th and July 11th, back-to-back days. The first day we find out, either I think it was my dad. My dad got diagnosed with cancer, and it was the same cancer that like his dad died from like 3 months after diagnosis. And then the next day, our son got diagnosed with autism.
Bro.
And so
we got to get a W.
And I tell you what, man, out of everything that I talk about, like the autism diagnosis was the hardest. Like when I tell that story, because I do tell that story in length. That's what gets me. And I don't know why. But I'll go on to tell you too. It's like he's on the spectrum, like, but like I don't even know it's at what point. Like I don't even like to use the words. It's like he's verbal and like he's in like pre-K and on the IEP and stuff. So like. You've met him.
I've met him. He's a fucking badass.
He's
dude.
A character. He knows it. It's like he has his help, but he's like we're so blessed. I mean, we talk about like how like it could be a lot worse, right? And so we're grateful for it.
I can relate. I can relate to that, man, because like when I didn't know my son had Down syndrome, and I think I talk about this in my podcast episode where it fucked me up.
Yeah.
Because you have these hopes, you have these dreams.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach him how to drive. He's going to play football, or he's going to do this, and he's going to do this. He's going to college. We're going to save all his money, make him pay for things, to teach him structure, to teach him how to like achieve things, to pay for his car insurance, pay for his phone bill. And then when he graduates from college, give him all the money.
Yeah.
And he'll have all that money saved already, give him a good net. And then all those plans you fucking made, bro, they're gone. And I had to use this analogy. I read this when my son, when we found out, having a kid with Down syndrome is like you book a flight to Paris, right, bro? Like it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be exciting. You're gonna go nightlife. You're gonna just constant chaos, excitement. It's gonna be badass. You get off the plane, you look around. You're like, this isn't Paris. Like this is tulips everywhere. There's windmills. It's beautiful. It's just slower.
Yeah.
So
you nailed it.
Yeah, man.
You nailed it right there.
It's still beautiful,
Yes.
dude. It's still exciting.
It's
still
the
fun.
best.
It's
And the thing is,
fucking
it's like,
best.
yeah, like you said, you miss, like, because you're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do these sports, we're gonna do this and that.
Yeah.
And not that, like I said, we've signed him up for sports and everything, but
Right.
he's just not that. He's not that alpha kid that like. But it's like I wouldn't change it for anything because his little quirkiness is like the best.
Dude, and the way they see the world is just pure happiness. And
What
love.
happened when I walked? I met Luca
Yeah.
for 30 seconds and he gave me a hug
At the
and
front
they're
door.
freaking tear. Like, dude, you know how bad I needed that hug. It was unbelievable.
Oh,
he has
dude.
no idea.
I
It was
turned around
freaking
and
great.
he's hugging you
just
on the front
hugging me.
porch, yeah.
Just met him. It's like,
You have
'Cause it's
no
pure.
idea how lucky you are.
yeah. Or
Oh, he
it's
gets
just-
a
see?
little sassy too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
So it's
so cool, but
life is
yeah.
good, man.
So yeah, so that goes. That's why I try not to like, I don't want to dwell on that because it's and you talk about controlled controllables, right? We
Right.
found out like that day, and so we're like, okay, cool, get him into therapies, like get him into we just like get him into school and
Right.
like yeah,
What does
and,
he need?
and then we also got like we had him evaluated at school, and they were just like, we don't really see it maybe as it. Can we just put him into school and we'll reevaluate? We're like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So like it's not to a point where you look at him and you're just like, oh yeah, he's like that. Like we were told yes, and then we were told no, then we were told yes, then we were told no. So we're like,
Dude, he does the Clemson chant.
and
It's
he like I
fucking
said,
sick,
yeah,
dude.
he'll be at his 5th Clemson game, So
He's
yeah.
a cute kid, bro.
So thank you, but and I can already kind of tell like that. I mean, he's my life, man. I love it,
Yeah,
but
brother.
so I try not to dwell on that too much because it's just like that. It was just a shock. It was just another punch, but it
Right.
was just like
right.
a lot of people got a lot worse. We're good,
fucking
and my
worse.
wife always reminds me of that because because I get down sometimes. I get
Yeah,
upset
man.
about things or frustrated, and she's just like, because we'll take him to the therapy place, and she's like, she's like, that kid can't talk and won't ever be able
Or
to
he's in a
talk.
wheelchair.
Exactly.
Right, man. he has
And you
a thing
see
in his
that.
throat, like a trach or whatever it is. Yeah,
Yep.
man.
And she'll give me that look sometimes, and I'll be like, yes, I got to check
Right.
myself, But that's kind of like the end of the, I don't say sad story, but like that
Well,
was like my life. For
your
3
dad.
years.
What happened with your dad?
So my dad ended up getting through it and
Hell
beating it. Yeah, so I can go on to that
He's
too.
a fucking
and stuff.
badass, dude. That's
Yeah, I
what-
wouldn't say that,
Okay.
but yeah. So
I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you probably won't meet him. I don't really have a great relationship with him. So he's just kind of he beat it, and he's good. He does his own thing.
Well,
he taught me how not to be a dad.
well,
So
that's
which
that's
is
something
a
that
very powerful thing, man. Which I'm so grateful for. Put a lot of pressure on myself,
It's
so
how
I
you-
know how not to do it.
it's how you look at it, man.
Oh, absolutely.
It's how you look at it.
Absolutely. Not even mad. Not mad about it.
Yeah.
Control what doesn't control.
Just like I said,
Dude,
there's
you're a
no
rock star.
fucking books on how to raise kids.
There's not. So
Yeah.
like, people can dwell, but also, you know what? I don't want to shit on him on this podcast.
No,
or whatever,
I
but-
get it.
No,
'Cause-
but you hear people's story and you're like, oh, think I had a bad dad? Like,
Right.
You think I had a bad? Like,
Right.
this guy was a saint compared to some other people.
Because some
you know,
fucking parents beat the
like,
shit out of their
right,
kids, dude.
At least he was around. So, yeah, it's a story for another time.
It's a story for another podcast,
we'll book
brother.
another one. Yeah, I'll do part 2 for that sometime. But
Well, let's get into
Yeah.
some good shit, man. Like,
Yes,
all right,
'cause-
how did Turtle Hustle?
oh man.
How'd this start?
So how Turtle Hustle came about. So first of all, that name Turtle Hustle is the company I started. I just kind of put it in the LLC, but with Turtle Hustle is one, I'm a huge fan of turtles. See, I got them all over my arms here.
Love it.
Huge fan of turtles. And then what Turtle Hustle is that everything we want in life, like we can get it, but it's just done through slow, consistent progress over a long period of time.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the get rich quick, the overnight success or anything like that. Like you want it, you can make it happen. And so after all that stuff that I just talked about, which I explained is like the worst 3 years of my life now because that stuff went on for that long. I got through it, and I was the strongest person I've ever been, like physically, mentally, like financially, socially, emotionally, like you name it. And I just came out because I conquered it. I came through. I was just like, holy shit. Like, because I thought I had, what is it? Like, it was in,
like a Zen mindset, or
where I was just like wasn't processing it. I can't think of the word right now because I'm on the podcast. But it's like I can't, it's like I just like was like withdrawal. I'm like, are you with withdrawal of everything? Like everything's going because I'm like I'm going through all this stuff and I'm like, I'm like I'm still here, like or because I was in such a good mood all the time. That's why I do it. Because like when I went to work, like not a lot of people know like everything I just talked about. Not a lot of people know because I went to work and I was like still so happy.
Yeah,
and
happy go lucky.
Yeah, because just who I am. Like
upbeat, positive. Yeah,
because I'm always because I still have the. It's still my choice to be happy or sad. So I'm like, I wasn't going to go to work or in my personal life and be like, my life sucks. My mom's dying. My kid's got autism.
Because you
my
easily could have fucking done that.
You can.
And spiral.
Yes. And and I think about it, I'm like, but it never even crossed my mind. I never quit going to the gym. I never quit doing my things. Like I'll be the first one that's like, the gym saves me. Like,
dude.
and you know that too. Yes. It's like, I never quit going to the gym, which is what kept me regulated. Because once that goes, the nutrition goes, and you start drinking, you start sleeping like crap, and then that's where the stress starts going on.
Downhill.
So I credit it to staying on top of my workouts.
Because like how many times like you wake up because I get up at 4.
Yep.
Oh, so many times I'm like, I just want to stay in bed. My body hurts. I'm exhausted. I can't fucking keep doing this. And I go to the gym and afterwards I'm like, thank God I fucking went.
Never
thank God
once
I went.
do I get up at 3:30. I'll get up a half hour. I get up at 3:30 before I go work 7 to 7. It's like never once do I want to get up.
No,
it's like,
no one wants to get up at fucking 3:30 in the morning.
I'm getting off track again. But so I get through all these things and I get a better perspective on life, right? I'm just like, hey, everything can be taken from you. And I start reading a lot. Just start reading motivational, like David Goggins stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I used to.
Who's going to carry the fucking bows?
Yeah, and I was never a fan. Not that I didn't like him. I was like, oh, who's this? Like, sounds like a cult type thing, whatever. And it was one of those where like I knew what would happen if I read his book. And sure enough, like I read it, I'm like, oh yeah. So I start to read his book. I get this mindset of like, hey, life can be taken from you. You're a new dad. You want to set example. And I'm just like, I was sick of David Goggins calling me a little bitch. Like in his book, like he's just sitting there. He's like, what are you doing in your life, little bitch? Like you want to do this? So I'm like, man, like I always wanted to do an Ironman. So I'm like, man, like Goggins is saying I can do it. He's swearing at me. So, so what happens was, man, I was like, I always wanted to do an Ironman. It was like a goal of mine. But the thing was like, I'm afraid of water, like deathly afraid of water and stuff like that. So
mixes well.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, whatever. So I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like an unattainable goal. It was, it's like you think at the time it's like crazy, but I Google, I'm like, how many people doing Ironman ever been bit by a fish or stuff like that? It's like weird. But so I find it, so whatever. So I'm just like, screw it, man. I come up with a plan. I get dude, talk about like something. I hire a coach who now is like been working with him for 3 years. He's like my life coach. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable human. Shout out Parker Gregory. Dude,
Parker needs to come on the podcast, dude.
Guy's a model. And he's a triathlete and a coach. He's just a stud.
Love it. Dude.
I'll just be watching TV and just see. I'm like, oh, there's Parker.
There's Parker.
In a
fucking kicking ass.
Just with his shirt off, just shredded. He's dude. He's the best. But so I do an Ironman. I do it like 18 months training, whatever. It's like I do an Ironman in September of 2024. In November, one of the goals that I always had was I wanted to buy property in South Carolina. And to do that, you got to buy property in South Carolina, right? Yeah. So I'm like, hey, I can do this. I'll figure this out. And I just figured it out. So me and my wife, we bought our first vacation rental down on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. So we started a little LLC, like an Airbnb. I was like, okay, cool, man. Like I'm like doing these things, right? And then in March, me and my buddy Ryan, him and his wife Ryan and Paige Phelps are the owner and operator of Southside Knockout, the gym in Orland Park in Mount Greenwood. Dude,
okay.
Phenomenal people. That's a turning point in my life was when I met them. Me and Allison, and then we started the non-for-profit, the Rise Above Foundation.
Yeah.
So like all we want to do is help people. And it's like, all I want to do is help people, and they have the same mindset. So we started that where we holistically help people kind of like around Will County who fall on hard times due to no fault of their own, man.
Love it, man.
One of the things in life that bother me is like you can be the best. You're freaking perfect example. You can be the greatest person that there is. You can be like the things I've heard about you. People love you and you do the right things, make the right decisions, be a great person. But something can still happen to you that cripple you physically, mentally, financially, socially, emotionally, whatever it is.
Right.
And it's just like, that he didn't deserve that. So we just step up and because here's the thing is like, we're not taking sicknesses away. We're not bringing parents back. We're not, taking the illnesses or whatever, but like we show up and buy gifts, man.
Yeah,
whatever
man.
they need.
Love
Find their hobbies. We can support them financially. We just show up and support them and just be there for them. Because that's all they want. That's all you can do. We can't really do anything else. Like I said, we can't bring it. So
sometimes those little acts of kindness mean
That's it.
If you're probably maybe doing it a little bit more selfishly, because like I do things for people more like I guess selfishly, because like I want to help them, but it also makes me feel good to like help them, right?
1,000%.
In a shitty spot, because like I've been in a shitty spot, you've been in a shitty spot, so just that little act of kindness. Like when I was shot after my shooting, I had so many people do just like little things, like what can I do? I'm like, no, I'm good, but like they do this, they do that, and you're like, holy fuck, dude, holy fuck. Like one of our officers, her sister, like gave us like a gift basket at the hospital when I was there for a week. Dude, that fucking thing came in clutch. Like there was toothbrushes, toothpaste, like fucking blankets. Fuck, man, it was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's little things like that,
dude,
man.
Yeah.
And it just comes from like the most unexpected people, and that's So
because when you're down bad, dude, like it's just like that little hope at the end. You're just like, you know what? There's still some fucking good in this world. We can get past this.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna try and do with that. We're in the early stages, but we're gonna build it. We know what we are, but we know what we're gonna be. It's kind of what we keep saying. So we make all the days count with that one.
Let's go.
So I do all those things, man, and so people start taking notice of though, because like I just have this mindset of like I'm just going to do everything in life that I've always wanted to do, and like because you find out it's like you can do it all. Like nobody was stopping me from doing an Ironman. It's like, you want to go buy property, go buy. Like that was
all
it.
Up here, man.
It's just the action of doing it and having a plan and literally like just going and do it. So
how's everything start? It starts in your fucking brain.
In your brain.
In your fucking brain.
Well, because that's how that's where it started. Because I'm reading this stuff and I'm doing this, and I just think I'm like, well, first of all, like a couple thousand people do an Ironman every year, so why can't I?
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not the first. I'm like, well, funny about buying the property is like I was literally thinking about the people that I deal with in town. And, I'm like, dude, there's people who are literally like mentally unstable who own property and are like rent property to people or landlords.
Right.
And I'm like, and they're literally have mental illness. I'm like, you're telling me that I can't buy a thing? And I know that like financials come into it, but like there's ways around. Like just go figure out a plan. Like you can do it. And I just start like, okay, if anybody can do it, I can. Like I can do it.
Only one preventing you from doing it
is you, and that's it.
It's fucking you.
Yeah. So and that's kind of like what I just start doing these things, and people start taking notice, like my family and friends, and especially people at work, and they're like, "What? How are you doing all this?" And I'm like, "This is how." I'm like, I'm just coming up with a plan. I'm telling them like how I did it, telling them ways they can do it, and basically like this is where I really start like becoming who I am. I figure out my why in life, inspire, motivate, and lead people is my why and what I want to do. And I do the most uncomfortable thing ever where I'm like, people like will not listen to me. I'm telling like, you're asking me how to do these things. I'm here, I'm telling you. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to come up with a social media page, and I'm just going to put out content on to motivate you to go start, accomplish, and fulfill your lifelong goals.
Yeah.
And
How was that? Because like I know how I felt for starting like a podcast, social media. Like no one wants to fucking hear me. Like do you have like a little bit of like embarrassment side of like,
yeah.
How was that for you?
So embarrassing. Because it was like I wanted to do a podcast, just kind of like almost like, I don't know if it's like Joe or Jocko or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is it's like I have so much to say. Where I have this mindset now. I just want to share information. I'm not talking about me,
right?
But yes, it's very embarrassing, and it took me. So the first video was like 8 minutes, and the editing on it is so bad. And I remember that I actually texted my siblings before and Allison, and I was just like, hey, like, just so you know, like, I'm creating a social media page. I'm about to post my first video. And literally the first video was 8 minutes, and it was just me explaining to people who I am. Like, I am a normal person. I was just like, I'm a police officer. I'm married. I have a kid. Like, I literally show like my house, my truck. I'm like, I don't come from money. I don't have a whole lot of money. I'm a normal person. And I'm like, in the last few months, I'm like, I did this and I did this and I did this. And if you're interested in doing these things, like I can help you, or if I can do these, you can too. You can do anything. Like I'm not saying, oh, everybody needs to go do an Ironman, but it's like, dude, if I can do an Ironman, like you can run that 5K, like you can run that half marathon, you can do it. Like that's what it is. And it doesn't mean that you have to do it now. It's like, if you want to start now, it may happen in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. And yeah, so I just start putting out like content. At first, it was literally like there's no business behind it. I wanted to live my why, man. I want to inspire, motivate, and lead people. Like I wanted to do that. So I was just coming up with like little quirky, like Financial Friday. I'd give like my little and it's like, who am I to be giving financial tips to people? But I do know, like, because I spent time learning about it. Like I learned about the stock market and investing and borrowing money from my house and like things like that and home loans. And so like I did know, and I would like talk to people who were say older than I was or who I thought were smarter than me. And like, I'm talking about these things and they had no idea. And I start to realize, I'm like, I don't think a lot of people know about finances and know like, maybe as much as I do, because I actually spent a whole lot of time learning about these things and going to read and like on a lot of different things. And so I'm like, oh man, you know what? Like I kind of gave myself credit.
Yeah.
You know,
and you have to.
Where I'm just like, man, like you know a lot, man. Like you kind of got, because people are taking interest. People are asking you what you're doing. Like, yeah. And I got to that point where like, I want to walk into a room, and this isn't like a selfish thing, but it's like, I want everybody to be talking about me.
Yeah.
You know? Where it's like, I don't want to walk in and be, oh, damn, do I see you're doing all these things? Like, yo, what are you doing? And it's like, no, not like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so that's got to the point where I started like flipping it around. And at first I wanted that, but then everyone's like, don't, quit asking me. Like, I want to know what you're doing. Like, you can go do all these things, you know? And,
man.
But
it's so true, though.
Yeah.
It's so fucking true.
And it was awesome. But there's a lot of support. I got a lot of support from people, which was great because it was nothing. Like, it was just me out there posting videos. You know,
when you did your first video, how many takes did it take? Because listen, brother, I fucking know. I fucking know.
So I want to say there's an 8-minute video. I want to say it's like 8 hours. I'll tell you that I remember Allison coming home and like I was stressed.
Yeah,
I haven't been more stressed about anything like that in a long time. Where I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And like, she's like, what is going on? Like, she came home and I was pissed. She's like, what? I left for work. You were fine. And like, because I was like, it just wasn't good enough. It didn't come out the way I wanted. And
you're battling yourself.
Yeah. So
you battle
bad.
yourself. Because
so
I'm like,
I wanted it, man.
I'd like going through the whatever I wanted to say. And I'm like, fuck, you sound stupid. Like, why the fuck would you say that? Like,
to this day, I don't even know if I watched it on social media. It's that. I challenge anybody, go on my Turtle Hustle Facebook page and watch the first video. It's actually kind of funny, like, because me and my buddies were like, because none of us, like, we don't do this stuff. They're like, dude, how'd you get those pictures or video on this? It's, all I do is make fun of myself on it. All I do, I just make fun of myself, make fun of Allison, like, dude, just completely, because you have to, because it's so awkward.
Yeah.
But
so you just gotta humble yourself, brother.
You do, and that really did it. And it was, and I lived Turtle Hustle during that because it was just slow, consistent progress. I failed miserably, but I didn't quit because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
you know, I was doing all these videos, and I talked about my buddy Ryan and his wife, you know, successful entrepreneurs, and so he was kind of my my mentor during that. He's like, hey man, like if you want to build this, like what are you? I'm like, I just want to help people. He's like, okay, but what are you? You know, you have to figure out. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do these. Like, no, like you have to. So like I try to figure out like, and I don't do it as a business. Anybody that knows me, you may be watching this, be like, oh, this guy wants to make money. It's like, you have no idea who I am. It's like, I'm trying to inspire so many people. So I'm just looking for the platform where to do it.
Could give two fucks if you make it dime.
Right, that's it.
If I lose $5,000, as long as it helps one fucking person. Dude.
Yep. And then here's just the thing is like, when you do, like for people out there listening, it's like, if you just do things for like, don't chase money. If you just do things for the right reasons, money just comes to you, and it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm chasing that. It's just like, oh, okay, thank you. Like they literally have to pay you for whatever, but like it just comes to you at that point for just doing things the right way.
100%, man. Because like we already talked about it, right? Where, fuck, I lost it. No, I'm gonna bring it back. Hold on,
bring it back.
You know, or we talked about like when you feel that feeling of like, you talk about like, oh, I could never see myself like ending my own life, right? And you finally start to feel that uncomfortability, that pain of like, fuck, this sucks. Like you're overwhelmed. And then once you get a taste of that, you're like, holy shit, I want no one else to have to experience this fucking feeling. It is miserable. Yep. That is like a huge why for me as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's big.
So, like, it's not about fucking money. It's literally about changing the fucking culture and about fucking helping people. Because, like, if you can save one fucking life, that is, or a marriage, or a family, or that person's relationship with family. Like,
that's the thing, man. It's like everything we talked about is like, I can't help anybody. That's why I tried, like, it was like that business part of like, oh, you gotta figure out like what you want to do. And I'm like, no, I just want to help everybody. But you know, I'll go on for a while about like just trying different things. And, you know, I was doing like, I write, and I still do, I write workout nutrition plans for people. That was originally what it was, but I just it wasn't fulfillment. And here's the thing, I was getting money for that, and I still am. It does not fulfill me. I love helping people. I used to do it for free, and I'll tell you why I charge. Because I used to do it for free, and I would spend hours with people. They're like, oh, can you write me a nutrition? I'm like, heck yeah, like let's do this thing. And I would spend hours, and I would write it to them, and I'd give it to them, and I would see them and be like, what are you? Nobody would do anything for it. No. But now when you put money towards it, it's the same thing. Why I pay. Why I talked to Parker about this the other day. I was like, dude, you know, I don't probably really need you anymore, but like I pay you for the accountability. And I'm like, you're like one of my best friends now. It's like I love you, but I just pay you for the accountability because I'm paying you for those workouts. It's easy to be like, well, I'm not, you know, oh, I can just skip this workout. It's like, no, man, I'm paying for it. It's just accountability. So that's why I charge people. And but I said it's that wasn't fulfillment for me. And then what happened was I do just this I start going a little bit more towards law enforcement and doing motivational content. And I go back to Sean Gahuli, my former deputy chief, the chief of Western Springs. And I see him at a retirement party. He comes up to me and he's like, hey, I need you to come to my PD and I need you to teach all that stuff that you're talking about, all that mindset. Because he's a mindset guy. Yeah. His mindset all the way through, man. Just, he's the best. And he's like, I need you to come put a presentation. He's like, I can come in, 2 days, whatever, this and that, and teach. And I was just like, right then and there, I was like, oh, I'm going to do an officer wellness class. And like, boom. And like that became my niche. Like that's where now I have the Turtle Hustle, lead your life mindset is the mission, officer wellness class. Nice. And so like that's kind of how it came about. So you talk about like the path and it's just living that, progress over perfection, just keep going away. And
certain people in your life lead you in the direction you need to go, man. And sometimes you just need to listen.
It's big.
It's huge.
Talk about people in your life.
Yes, huge.
We talked about
who
that.
do you surround yourself with? That's something you got to, like, everyone needs to take a step back, do a little self-reflection, what you're grateful for, like, why are you so hard on yourself, control, all that stuff. And then, two, it's like, who are you surrounding yourself with? If you find yourself and you're the smartest person in the room, or you're surrounding yourself with fucking not so good people in your life or shitheads, that's what you become. You become what you consume. It's the same thing with your diet. Like, what are you consuming? Right. What content online are you consuming? What information are you consuming? What food are you consuming? That's what you become.
You become who you hang out with.
Exactly.
And it's funny, like say, but it's like there's a science behind that. They say what you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
Yes.
And like I can tell you right now, I talk about the most impactful things in my life, and I'll put it up there with meeting Allison because we go back of bringing my life what it is. I'm not anything without her. And I'm not afraid to admit that. And I think she knows that. Best thing I ever did. God, best thing I ever did. Is marry her. I love her so much. She's incredible, man. And you'll meet her. But meeting Ryan and Paige Phelps, it changed my life. Because one thing, what happened was I got out of my comfort zone and I went to a group fitness gym. I was going to a box gym and I was not seeing the results. And I did an uncomfortable thing. And I'm like, I'm going to go to a group fitness gym.
Yeah.
Where you like work out in like your socks sometimes. And there's the mats and there's, you don't go in and do bench presses and like you're doing these things. And I met him and I start spending all of my time with him and his wife. And like, he is like, dude, you can talk about mindset, but I put him up on a pedestal and I started like chasing him because he's a few years younger than I am, but he's better than me at everything.
Yeah.
And I like just surrounded myself, and now I'm like, okay, like starting businesses into physical fitness and nutrition more and things like that. And we talk about who you surround yourself with, right? So now like I just talked with him the other day about this because he sent me a video on it where like I now know the power of that and I am seeing it where I now manipulate, and I came up with my 5 the other day.
Yeah.
And it's great because where I work, there's a gym in town that's similar to his, and I looked it up, and I see the owner, and it's so similar. It's like it's a husband and wife ran, and he was a former Division I athlete, and so I'm like, dude, I gotta meet this guy. So I go into this gym, and I sit down with this guy, and within 30 seconds, it was the same thing with you and I. We're finishing each other's sentences. We're talking about we're going to change the world. We're doing this and that. 2 days later, I'm in the gym working out with him, and he's just incredible. And we're going to do great things together. He's already talking about helping with Turtle Hustle, and I'm going to do his help out with this gym. And I was like, all right, man, I got to figure out my 5. And like, I'm manipulating. And it came down to Allison, obviously, right? And it's Ryan and Paige Phelps, who, we're going on vacation with them. It's the new owner of this gym, and it's you. And like, those are because all 5 of us, now look at it, it's like 3 police officers basically, and 2 gym owners. It's like three gym owners and 2, police officers. And it's just like, it's like everybody, it's people who help people for a living.
Dude.
You know,
Yeah.
police officers and gym owners, like that's who all make up my 5.
Love it. Dude.
You know, and
I feel honored, dude.
yeah,
Thank you.
And we've known each other what, not that long, man. But
maybe a month.
you know, but yeah, like you control. Like I mean,
you know, when if you meet somebody and you are like in tune to yourself, your conscience, like in like reading people, it's like you can tell what type of person somebody is within like the first like how many minutes you meet somebody, and you fucking know, or you connect or not. You're like, he's a real one, he's not.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like this person's still kind of dealing with their own shit and never really dealt with the fucking shit they have had go on in their life. And you like, and I talk to you, it's like, no, this guy has his fucking shit figured out, you know, and he's grinding. Yeah. It's my buddy Colin. Like this dude, like I admire the shit out of this dude. His work ethic is second to none. He works full-time job. He has his own other business. It's called Crosstown Exotics. I shout him out all the time because this dude fucking grinds. He doesn't go to bed. He just gets home from work, goes outside. He's a brand new dad, just like, you know, you talking about being, but he loves his son. And I don't know how he accomplishes everything he does, but he does.
Just hearing things these days, it's like, it's easy. It's hard, but it's so easy to get ahead because so many people aren't willing to do it. And look at we're not doing anything that's like completely out of line or crazy or hard to do. You just do it.
You put the work in.
There it is.
That's the fucking thing, man.
And that's who I look at, you know, it's like I look at you and Allison and Ryan and Paige and Anthony, and I'm just like all workers. Like but that's it. It's just workers. And we're all good parents. Like people's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be a good parent, I'll be a good dad, I'll be a good police officer, be a good. Yeah, it's like we all are. But what? Like, there's a whole lot more to life. You know, it's like what else is out there? Like, you got to push that limit. Like,
man.
If you think like, oh man, I would love to go freaking do it.
Yeah,
like go do it. Like, don't think like just go and like, yeah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be hard.
Yes. It's not going to be handed to you.
No.
Nothing's fucking handed to you.
Right.
Like if you had like a goal or something you try to set out to accomplish and you hit the first wall of adversity and you fucking back down, of course you're not going to fucking achieve your goals or dreams because you fucking just quit.
Yeah, but when you go back to like to the circle. So one thing was like the Anthony Hustle Performance, the gym that he owns. One thing I looked at with him was I've always wanted to write a book, and then I want to write a book, and I have ambitions to write a book, and that's a goal of mine. Well, what has he done? He's wrote books. He's wrote 2. And he's like, oh, dude, I'm about to write a 3rd. So who am I going to go talk to? Am I going to talk to you yet? No. Right. Well, you haven't wrote a book yet, right? No, exactly. You're not going to help me with that. And it's not like, oh, what can Dom give you? It's like, who do you surround yourself with? I'm going to surround myself with somebody who wrote a freaking book. And guess what's going to happen? I'll probably write a book, right?
Write a fucking book, man.
So like, that's why. And it isn't a dig on, I mean, I don't want to sound like an a-hole, like I'm better than anybody, right? But it's just like, if you're not bringing like that type of value, I'm not saying I don't want to be around you, but if I have like an hour, like, dude, you're like, Dom, if you need it, you're getting it, brother, because I know what the value is going to come out of that because I want to.
Well, how precious is time?
Well,
that's a fucking thing, man. Career, job, wife, kid, family, friends.
Right.
Dude, there's no fucking time in the day. Like, you have to fucking squeeze every minute out of the day.
You got to say no to a lot of people. And that's the thing is I'm starting to realize, like, even like, Turtle Hustle isn't even like I look at, so we have Turtle Hustle, the non-for-profit, and the Tortuga Hideaways, Tortuga Hideaways are rental properties, and it's like none of those are like really like hands-on, but it's like, dude, there's a lot to do, dude. Like there's a lot to do. Like I mean, I do a lot of the content. Like I'm literally like in the bathroom in the morning. Like, I got to get this done. Like you know, before it's like
scrambling.
Like there's for some reason there's always something new, and I'm sure like I mean how much editing and just behind the scene things like you have to do. It's like if I call you on Tuesday at like 4 and I'm like, hey dude, you want to? I was like, no, I can't go out for pizza and beers. Like and then what does that do tomorrow? Like I have so
much shit to do.
And now it's simple. Like I used to, and that's where I think a lot of people struggle is like everybody like we're pleasers, right?
Yeah.
Like especially when it comes to friends and family. Like I can't say no. Like I haven't seen him in 3 weeks. Like even though I don't want to go out for pizza, I shouldn't be eating pizza, I don't have the money to go out for pizza and drink beer. It's like you still do it, but then what happens? You do that, you feel like crap, you just spend a bunch of money, you don't sleep well, you wake up and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but well, you know, so and so wanted me to, and it's just like, where does it end?
Yes. And like, here's the thing, if you don't feel bad saying no, because if they're a true friend or a true relationship, they'll fucking understand.
They'll understand it.
And if they don't, then that fucker doesn't. That person's gonna be in your life.
Right. Yep. And that's the thing is like, that's probably like the thing that Ryan taught me the most. Is like funny because him and I became, and I told him this is funny. It's like him and I became best friends around like COVID and a little after. And like what I would do with my friends, like my real best friends from like when I was little, is like, dude, we go out and like have beers and watch football and like go golf and do all these things, go out to eat and whatever. And I'm like all the time, I'm like, hey dude, you wanna grab some beers and watch a game? And he's like, oh no, I can't get this. Like, okay. I'm like, hey, you wanna go out to eat? And it's like, no. And I'm like, dude, this is going on for like years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, how are we friends and we never hang out?
Right.
And then now I get it because that's how I am.
Yeah.
That's me. And I'm like, so when him and I hang out, what do we do? Is like, dude, we're working out, we're talking business. Now we're going on vacation with him in July, him and his wife and his daughter and my son and like our son and dog. We go to the zoo and that's the shit. It's not about getting together and watching football and having beer and just sitting on our phones. Like, no, dude, like we're like, he's helping me grow. Like every time together, like we leave just like today, man, we're going to leave here is like coming out a bigger, stronger, faster,
100%.
better person. Right.
100%.
And like, that's what it is. And not saying I don't go out for beers and I don't watch football and do that, but it's just like, if I could probably tell you the next time I'm gonna go do something, it's months down the road. It's like I plan it. Like I
have to.
I don't just have like It's like I don't just be like, oh, okay. I just booked like my September up like today. It's like for vacations, I'm like, okay, hey, I know I'm going golfing in September and I'm going this or that. So like it's that vacation in June, July is like that's what I enjoy doing. Spend time like I can't go out on a Tuesday. Because I have to do these other things.
Yeah. Someone just asked me, like, hey, you want to go to the city Friday or something like that? I'm like, no.
I'm good.
He's like, what? No. What? Why not? Like, because I don't have fucking time, dude. Like, I want to go to the gym. I got to go to work. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to spend time with my wife and kid. Like,
and I don't want to, right? Anymore, it's like, I don't even want to. And it's not like, oh, you're getting old. It's like, no, dude, like, I want to work out at 4 a.m.
I don't get any benefit. I don't get any, like positive feeling from going out to the bars drinking. What am I getting out of it? Fucking nothing. I'm with a bunch of drunks in a bar. Like, and then the fights happen. And I don't want fucking that life anymore. We talked about it
when you were over.
Yeah.
Remember when you were over Sunday? Like we sat there, we talked with Chris and Tim, and it was like there was me and Dom meeting for the first time in person. Had one of the firefighters over from my town, and then a retired ATF guy over, and like they knew each other. Dom didn't know either, but we sat around for like 3 hours and man, like
and shot the shit.
And like we talked like life. Like it was like we got deep. Like it wasn't, we didn't tell like little war stories. No. It was like we talked like this. Like vulnerable. It was like just grown men talking about the hard times in life, the great things in life, and
the
like
struggles.
Like you walked out of there being like, I needed to say that. Felt good.
Yeah,
like,
man.
It wasn't just guys talking sports, sitting on their phones, doing whatever.
There's something special about being with a good bunch, like a group of guys, and like being able to be vulnerable and like not be judged or like, and people would be able to relate and be like, you know what, fuck, man, like holy, like hearing their stories, I'm like, holy shit, man, like what I fucking have going on, I mean, fucking shit.
You would, I mean, even you, like you have your story. I mean, like you got shot in the face, like you have a good story, and even like me, like I have nothing. We sat there like looking at each other, like oh, look at that. Okay, yeah, like I don't feel that bad anymore. Yeah. So,
dude, your one buddy, like his story about his wife and shit, man. Like, dude, and you could see the pain on his face, that just the love for her, and my heart was just fucking breaking for him.
Yeah, it still does, man. But it was kind of cool because like Allison was asking because I was like, oh, I'm having some guys over, and she was like, oh, who's coming over? And I'm like, you don't know, which is kind of weird because like nobody had been over at the house before, and she's like. And I told her, and she's like, well, do they know each other? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, I'm like, don't worry. I'm like, these guys, this is like strategically done. Like, I know how this was going to go. I'm like, there's certain people that you can, but you need to get in a room together. And I was just like, I knew what this is going to be. And it was just, man, it was so cool.
And like in the past, like I'd been like, oh, this is awkward. Like I never talked to these people before. I had zero feeling of awkwardness. Like I felt at home in your home, and you made me feel like welcomed, and it was just so fucking smooth.
You take pride in that though too, man. It's just dude, too much empathy these days. Too much empathy,
right?
But that was fun. It was a fun day.
It was a great fucking day, dude. It really was. I left. I was like, you know what? I fucking needed it. It was like food for your soul.
Yes.
It was food for your soul.
Yeah, I think everybody did. Everybody kind of walked out of there, and I know those guys texted me after. It was like, "Hey, man, thanks," and like, we'll do that again.
Hell yeah. Oh, fucking blast, man. Fucking blast. Yeah. And Chris, like, just from like his career and hearing his accolades and like to talk to him and like his mindset, I'm like, dude, you're fucking cool as shit,
Yeah.
man. Because like, it's so easy to have like an ego with some of those positions and doing some of those jobs.
Right.
That dude does not have it.
He's so casual about it. Where it's
Dude.
just like, wait, you did what? And he's like, oh, yeah, we did this. I was just like,
humble.
should I be saying that? Yeah, where it's like, yeah.
Humble.
Yeah.
I love humble motherfuckers.
It's the best.
Because you fucking battled some demons, dude. And you want to be fucking humble, you battle some demons.
Yep.
And if you ain't humble, you ain't battling your fucking shit, man.
Yeah. It's like the best cops that I know. And I say like the best cops, the best people. It's like I never hear them tell cop stories. You have to like beat them out of them, you know. Or
right.
People like to talk about. It's like when you get those people who don't tell stories, you got to beat them out of this. That's the guys who want to, or who just talk like they're no big deal. Like
I love good like funny stories. Those are my fucking
great.
best.
Yes.
Dude. Yeah, some of the shit your buddies do. You're just like, dude, holy fuck, those nuts.
There's so many out there. Yo, I'm gonna try and tell a funny one real quick.
Oh, please.
Tell a funny story.
Please
it's probably
do.
one of my favorite funny stories. This is when I was back in Meg. And so we were doing a controlled delivery. So I got somebody intercepted like 125 grams MDMA.
For people who don't know what a controlled delivery is.
Oh, so that's where somebody basically was getting drugs in the mail.
Yeah.
So we were going to deliver them to the house. They were going to get in. They were going to hit it with a search warrant. So we get the dope and find out who it belongs to. And ID the person. And usually, like, when we're buying drugs or this stuff happens, man, it's like we're buying them from, like, dudes, 20, 30-year-old dudes, gangbangers, whatever. Find this girl on Facebook, and she's, like, some, like, EDM, like, 30-year-old girl, and she's got, pictures on there, like, in swimsuits and stuff. And you know how the guys, everybody's just, like...
Glow sticking, dude.
And I will be 1,000% honest. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I'm like, not my thing. But guys are just like, oh, let me see this picture. I'm like, I'm like, oh, stop, whatever.
Dudes being dudes.
Yes. And so I get everything done. We get the ops plan, and we go into the briefing of the day. And there was a guy in the unit who... He wasn't around like that week as it was going on, but he was there for the briefing and stuff. And he's sitting behind me, and I see him flipping through the ops plan, and I see him like flipping like really fast, like back and forth, and then I see him like checking his phone, and I can see it. I'm just like, to this day, I was like, that's freaking weird. Yeah. And we're like, hey, like, what happens if she doesn't come home, and we're this and that, and he is next to the leader of the group. And he's just like, hey, she's gonna be home. She's coming home at lunch. Her dog's sick. And we're like, what? And he throws the ops plan, and he throws his phone at his P phone, his personal phone, at our supervisor, and he's like, I don't know what's going on, but I've been talking to this girl on some app, and I'm supposed to have a date with her later tonight. And we're like, get the fuck out of here. I swear to God, he was talking to this girl. They were supposed to meet up for a date that night, and we were hitting her house with a search warrant that afternoon.
Fuck.
Yes, so out of line. And we're just like, what? And like, the supervisor's like, no, like you're kidding, because he's like, I don't want to deal with this stuff. But it ended up really, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like that's nothing. It's like nobody you don't know. It's just a girl on an app or whatever.
Man, you
but
swipe
it's just
right
like,
or some fucking
exactly,
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, what a
so it was completely.
Like, oh fuck, I know this fucking shit.
Dude, that's what he was doing. He's going back and forth, and I think he's brought out his phone to like match the picture or whatever, and then he just gave everything, because he's like freaking out. He's like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but like, is this anything? And then like, obviously, like, he, couldn't be part of the op. But, like, I tell him what, I always told him that, like, I saved him because I got her phone and the search warrant, and it was, dude, there were guys in that phone, and they were all trying to, like, date her, and she's like, because she was just hooking up with all these dudes, and they're all trying to date her, and she's like, no, let's just keep doing what we're doing. I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, I saved you, buddy. Yeah.
She's for the streets.
So that's one of the favorites.
Dude who got married, divorced.
Yeah. So
took half his shit.
Yep. Yeah. So as I say, I saved him on that one. That's a good story.
Hey, you owe me, brother.
Yes, he does. Still owes me. No, he's a good guy, man. He's a good dude.
That's that's fucking.
It's wild, isn't it?
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That is pretty fucking funny. So let's dive back into Turtle Hustle. So like if. So you got a bunch of classes that you have scheduled for this summer. Yep. What can people expect from Turtle Hustle or attending a class from Turtle Hustle?
Man, so if you're listening to the podcast, it's so here's why I started the class is what to get it is like I just think what I'm seeing in law enforcement is I want because I think law enforcement's special, and we're going to shove positivity down your throat. It's going to be positivity. It's life perspective. It's just realizing that talk about control and the controllables and the regret, right? Like you're going to come to the end of this career, and if you don't control the things that you can control, like you're going to have a lot of regret. You're going to wish that you handled a whole lot of things different. And I'm trying to get ahead of that with just like, I want people to retire from this career to work the 25 to 30 years, whatever it is. Like, I think everybody has that magic number.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's situation is different, but we need to work our 25, 30 years, be able to retire and be the best versions of ourselves physically, mentally, financially, socially, emotionally. Like like what I'm seeing is people who retire, you're waking up that first day in retirement broken, looking like Rocky Balboa, needing that back pill. You can't walk, waiting for that, pension check to hit because you need it. And I don't want people to be alive. Like, I want you to live. Like, I want you to get up out of retirement. I want you to live for 30, 40, 50 years after retirement. I want you to get up. I want you to go to the gym. I want you to go play golf. I want you to run around with your grandkids. I want you to do all these things and have fun. But it's enjoying life. And how that starts is just like we talk about the stress of our jobs and all the things we stress about. And I did a study on it. I did a survey with a bunch of retired police officers from all over the country, and I asked them what their biggest stresses were, and a lot of them said like department leadership, politics, and things like that. And we stress about calls and public perception and promotions and scheduling and things like that, but we can't control any of it. We stress about these things for a day, which turns into weeks or months and years, and we stress about them for 20, 25, 30 years. And because we stress about those things, it drains our energy, and then we have no time for the things at home.
Right.
And we can control those things. When all the stresses at home that we have are our energy, our sleep, our finances, our health, physically, mentally, our relationships, we're broken because we stress about all these things at work. If we can worry about the things at home, because I'm like, how can I be 13 years on, be on day shift, freaking love it, not want to go anywhere else, have essentially a great life, have the mindset that I have? Like, I don't have stress at work. Like, what is stressful about work? Like, I have to write another report. Okay. Like, it's just what
I'm getting paid for it.
I'm there. I have to be there anyway, if I write the report or not. All right. I have to go deal with the same drunk person for the 10th time this week. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. But I take care of myself. And this is what I figured out. If I'm wrong, like, somebody then come tell me. It's like, I take care of myself physically, take care of myself mentally, take care of my relationships. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. We have marriage just like everybody else's. Yes. We have our ups and downs or whatever. Take care of my finances. Everybody knows how much you can go look how much we make. We're not rich by any means, but like, I understand like how to use money as a tool, invest it, and don't save it, like whatever, like, take care of your finances. It's a huge burden. People want to say, hey, money isn't everything. And I'm going to be the first person to tell you that it's not, and it cannot buy happiness
at all.
But it buys you freedom.
Yeah.
It buys you freedom, and freedom makes me really freaking happy when
to do the things you want to do.
Yeah, there you go. Like, I don't have to work overtime. Yeah. And all that overtime that I get, I can take it as comp time. And you know what makes me happy? Not being at work and working out and golfing and traveling. That's what I want. I always say nobody loves going to work more than I do, and nobody loves being home more than I do.
Yeah.
So it's that thing. So it's about controlling the things you can control at home, which then positively impacts how you work, and then it's going to impact your performance, going to impact the type of people that you want at work. That's how I pitch it to supervisors. I'm like, I put mental like wellness training up at the forefront, right? Because what is our performance and our tactics without it? Right? I mean, it doesn't matter at that point. If we're not there physically and mentally, like that stuff, it doesn't matter. But it's like, what are they if we are? If you're squared away physically and you're squared away mentally, like, how good can your performance and your tactics be? And then that way it can make up, because we're not all perfect. Like, you're always going to have somebody who's
absolutely
not there, doesn't do it well, or isn't up to speed as everybody else. But it's like, hey man, if they're mentally and physically prepared and not carrying a lot of stress going to job, like, it can make up for that stuff.
Agreed.
And I mean, that's really what it is. It's more about life than just police officers. Like, hope everybody got this out of today. Is like, man, we're more than police officers, right? So many other things, but
absolutely, man.
Yeah, it's different perspective. And I share my stories. You see my perspective at life, like how quickly things can change and happen, why things happen, right? Like, going through what you thought was the worst time of your life end up being like the best thing. Like, I thought getting kicked out of DEA was the worst thing ever. Oh my God, it turned out to be like one of the biggest blessings ever. I can't. And my wife she still to this day was like, remember when you threw all those things because you didn't get promoted. I was like, I know, don't remind me. And I was just like, oh man, but yeah, it's
so true though.
Yeah.
Because I even asked you too. I was like, oh, you gonna test again for sergeant? You're like, no, dude. Like, I'm happy where I'm at.
love it.
And I was like, fucking
because
right,
that's
dude.
just where I'm not chasing anything else. And
Yes.
people are, oh, you need, like, I don't need to do anything. And that's another thing too, is like with law enforcement and with life, I was like, I was kind of sick of people telling you how things are going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, at 10 years, you're going to get burnt out and you're going to be overweight and you're going to be miserable. And it's like, yeah, I did have that, like, I don't know if it was so much just the 10-year mark, but it was kind of like life. But I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm 13 years on. I'm like pretty decent shape. Feel really
grinded, baby.
Feel really good, like physically, like have a plan to retire, like have a great attitude, super positive. Like I always tell people, like the reason I had to start this officer wellness class, I think the roll call room was sick of me just coming in there talking positive because there's just no room for it. You're like, I'm not dealing with the negative
Andrew, get
stuff.
the fuck out of
Pretty
here.
much because they'll be like, oh, here he goes with the pop. But I'm like, I am, because you can be positive or negative. Like, why would we be like, why?
Yeah,
just tell me. Because it goes back to like, and this is all, I mean, this is what I teach in the class, and it's not, I don't teach anything that we haven't really been taught before. Just teach it from a perspective standpoint, and it's real and it's
Someone's
authentic.
been there and done it.
Right. And it's just like, if you sit in the roll call room, we just sit and complain about our spouses and complain about how bad work is and sucks. What's going to happen when you go out in the field? You're going to get a call and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got to do this.
And you're jaded.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to have a stressful, bad day, and then you go home, your brain is going to remember everything you said about your spouse earlier in that day. Do you think you're going to have a good interaction with them?
Fuck no, dude.
Right? Like, and again, I'm not trying to like put my wife will attest to, I am not the greatest husband in the world, but it's like, I don't sit and shit on my wife in front of people. Like, I hear some people like say some horrendous things about their wife, and I'm just like, that is disgusting. Like, one, she's not here to defend herself, and at some point I'm going to meet her and like see that, but like, your brain's going to remember that when you get home. And that's what's going to cause the issue. Yeah. Instead of like, dude, let's talk our wives. Because I hope we can all say, like, our wives are freaking rock stars, man. Like, we talk about
shit.
Yeah. We talk about us being tough and strong and getting all this work. And like, see, like my wife being the police officer, like, dude, 10 times better police officer than I am. And she has to work in a highly dominated male field, and she crushes it.
Oh yeah.
And so that's the stuff I want to talk about. Yeah, I had somebody tell me the other day, I was teaching the other day, and I did a presentation, and somebody came up and said, I didn't know Allison was your wife. They're like, dude, she's such a hard worker. And I was like, I was so proud.
Dude, that's right.
From a commander of another unit, but but that stuff matters. And that's what the class is. It's mindset. It's teaching us that our mind will get us everything that we want in life. Like, we just have to rewire it to do that. And I just want happy employees. I want good, healthy, happy cops who are going to be positive on the street, who are going to live long after retirement. Just help them put their health first, their family first. Like, that job's not going anywhere, right?
Yeah, man.
You got to take care of yourself first. Cause like, I tell people, like, dude, I'm not going to be in the prime of my life till I think I'm like 55. Like, I still think I'm going up.
On the way up, baby.
Right. And I'm like, I don't want people to, it's okay to like do things like people like, oh, I'm always going to work. I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, I just don't want you to have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, if you choose to, great.
If you choose to, that's
if you choose
great.
not to, and you built up that financial fucking foundation, you don't have to.
I just don't want you. It makes me sad. Like, I just don't want you to have to do that. Because there's so much more to life. Because the thing is, like, I love police work, and I've talked about it, but it's like, so here's the thing, I'm trying to get to retirement, right? That doesn't mean I'm not trying to get to 55 to retirement. I'm trying to get to retirement as quickly as I can, because I just want to enjoy my life, like whatever age that is. And it's going to be, sooner, hopefully, rather than later.
Right.
But at the same time, like, you got to stay present. Like, why I want to retire right now is I want to work out for 3 hours a day, and I want to watch Bluey with my son.
Hell yeah.
But I got to have that mindset to understand that, like, when I do retire, when it gets there, like, Deuce is most likely not going to be watching Bluey, right? My body's going to be a little bit older, like, whatever. Yeah. So it's like, you got to stay present with it. But you have that plan, like, having that plan.
It's true. And you can love your career. And this can be first responders. It could be just a regular bank job or teacher. You can love your job. Just don't make it your life.
That's it.
Because when it's time to fucking pack up your desk and say your goodbyes in retirement, and you made that your life and you put everything else on the fucking side, well, guess what, dude? When you get out, it ain't fucking there.
Right. Yep.
It's not going to be there. And that job's not going to be fucking calling you every single day. Hey, how you doing? You want to come hang out with us? It's not happening, man.
Yep. I had two things in my life that kind of brought that. One is my father-in-law, who's one of the most honorable men that I've ever met in my life. He's, like I said, he retired as a police chief. But I looked at him, I'm like, I don't look at him as a police chief. I never have. And I'm like, it wouldn't matter if he was, it wouldn't matter if he retired as a patrolman. It wouldn't matter if he retired as anything. And it's like, and it's, I say this jokingly, but like, I've been out golfing with him and seen him hit some terrible shots. I've seen him do some stupid things. I've seen him say some stupid things. It's like, it doesn't matter if you're police chief. Like, you're still susceptible to everything that I am. It doesn't make you bulletproof.
Right.
And that's one of those things where I'm like, well, hey, like when you retire, like, okay, your pension may be a little bit more, but like that, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like what you are. And I'm not shitting on it because like, God, if you became a chief, if you became like, if you're like anything, like it's such an honorable, it is. And it's hard freaking work. It's not for everybody, but in the grand scheme of things, we go home and we're husbands and fathers and friends and brothers first, right? And then just to piggyback off it, talk about my friend Sean, one of the, Sean Gahuli, I remember when he retired and I looked over at his locker 2 weeks later and there was a new recruit in it. And I literally had that feeling. It was like an epiphany. I was just like, oh my gosh, if this guy can be replaced that quickly, then I am nothing, because like he's up on the pedestal for me. It's just, I've talked about him, more than anybody. Like he's up on the pedestal, and like there was somebody else in his locker, and that hit me. And I was like, damn, like when you're gone, like fucking gone.
Yeah, dude.
So take care of that shit outside.
It's funny you said locker, because I was actually talking to one of my buddies who was next to me on my locker in the locker room, and he said someone took my locker. He's like, you don't deserve that locker. I was like, yes, he does, because
they gave your locker away.
Yeah, which is it's fine, but like, but it definitely resonated with me for sure, man.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how, man. That's
But that's what I'm fucking saying, dude. Like
it goes to somebody else.
Don't remember me for who I was, not because I was a TAC officer or I was a detective or SWAT, or who I was as a person. Like I cared about my fucking people.
Right.
I loved my people.
Yeah.
And I would fucking die for my people.
That's why a lot of the people I talk about, that's what they do. They cared about people, not officers.
Because I talk about all the time too. It's just like my shoot. I'm completely fine the way it went down, because I don't know how I would have, like, if Jimmy got shot or Garcia or Swan, like, dude, that would fucking gut me. Because, like, I know how it happened, and everything turned out the fucking way it's supposed to turn out, man. Like, and just like how you could have fucking spiraled out of control, like with losing your mom and all that stuff, I could have fucking easily spiraled out of control with fucking after my shooting. My arm's never going to be the same. Like, I'm never going to be able to do this again. Fuck that shit. That's negative talk. That shit can be for the fucking birds, man.
We don't have time for it.
Fuck that.
But most people do it.
Yep.
Most people, that's what I'm saying, is most people do. And that's why I had to create Turtles. That's why you had to create this. That's why you're in my circle. Like, because like we can't do that. We have to share with people and tell them and teach them, like, you control it.
Yeah.
It's hard, but you got to do it. There's no other, because the thing that sucks about it is hard is you always have to do it. When you quit once, it's over.
Yeah.
If you quit, it's over. If you gave up on the ride to the hospital, your life's over. You expire. You done.
I literally forced myself to fucking breathe.
Right. If you give up and feel bad after you recover, because, oh, poor me, I'm just going to sit around, I'm going to start drinking, I'm going to be an asshole to Alyssa, I'm going to take it out of my friends and my family because my life didn't work out the way I wanted. You're done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to sit here and collect my check or whatever it is and just be, a bum. It's like, no. Like that's why it's like, that's why I'm going to bring you on to teach the class with me, because it's just like, you're having a bad day, like, this guy got shot in the face, man. Like, you don't want to take that call, and so what? And even he did. Like, he doesn't really have to do much, and now look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, man, if like we had more people like to try to inspire, motivate other people, like we could all do it. Not gonna change, like you said, not gonna change everybody, but that's
for them. You can lead a horse to water, man, but you can't make them fucking drink, dude. And just like always remember, what happened to you does not fucking define who you are. What defines who you are is how you overcome it.
Freaking God, I love that.
Let's go.
Are
we about to go fucking run?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to run home. I have to tow the truck home. I have to run home again.
Pull it home,
here.
dude.
Do it.
Get a ratchet strap and just pull it home.
The Mike, I'll stop pushing the truck.
Bro.
Go full circle on it, man.
Full circle.
But just talk about it all day, man. Yeah,
I love it, man. Love it, brother. Anything else you want to dive into, man? Or
Man, I just love that mindset stuff, man. If I can't get that point across, I
mindset
just want
is huge, dude.
I just to touch on that class a little bit of, the turtle hustle and like what it is just, just the mindset. It's like you're in control of it. Everything you want in life, and we've touched on it, but everything you want in life is there for the taking.
Oh, absolutely. It's if you decide to take that, right? Okay, so something came in your mind, like I want to do this. Okay, do you really? Like take a step back, like plan it all out, look it all out, like, and then get a fucking plan together, and then start fucking putting that plan into action. It all like everything you manifest in life, it starts in your fucking brain. That's what they say, like manifestation. It's fucking real, man. And your brain is our fucking brain is so fucking powerful that we don't even give it credit.
Right, we don't underestimate. And which you want to talk about diving into something. Here's what I want to dive into: is to challenge people to find their why.
Yeah,
and I tell you that because when I found out my why in life, which my why is to inspire, motivate, and lead people, I literally had an epiphany where I had the weight, I've never had it happen before, where I figured it out. I know where I was, and weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt it because it was the first time in life I was like, hey, you are going to be who you truly are in life. And why it's important is because now I wake up every single morning. When you have your why, you wake up every morning and you know what to do. Yeah. So it's like, you know how efficient you are when you know what to do. And I just tell people, like for the police officers, it's like going into that operation with an ops plan versus no ops plan.
Right.
And for the everyday person, it's like going to the grocery store with a list or without, or going into the gym with a workout versus not having it written down. It's like, how efficient are you? So I know every morning, every day that I wake up, whether I'm at work or I'm off, it doesn't matter what situation I'm in, who I deal with, what's going to happen with the day. Is like, I'm going to try to inspire people. I'm going to try to motivate them, and I'm going to handle it as a leader to the best of my ability. Yeah. And it's awesome. So I wake up every morning and like, there's no time to be like, oh, I'm just depressed. Like, oh, what's today going to happen? No, I know what I'm going to do with my life. I have to inspire somebody. I have to motivate somebody, and I have to be a leader. It's the greatest thing in the entire world. There's no time to be negative because I know what I have to do. Yeah. And that's why it's why it's so powerful. It's like, figure that out. And, we talked about our brain and being powerful. It's like, our brain doesn't know the difference between what we say and what we do. Like,
it believes it.
You talk, it's when you talk bad about yourself, you talk down, like, your brain eats that. It reads that. It's like, oh, hey, you're a loser. Hey, we're a loser. Hey, we can't do that stuff right. Oh, hey, we can't do this right. We can't do that. So when that situation comes up, it's like, hey, no, don't do that. Remember, we can't do that. Yeah. Instead of having that mindset of, hey, I can do anything that I want to do.
100%.
And just talk about it. And it's not cocky. Like, people think, like, oh, this guy, he talks about himself like he can do it. It's just like, no, just have that mindset. Get better every single day. I'm just getting better. I can do it. It's maybe not today, but we're getting there. At some point, we're going to do it.
Yeah, and guess what? It's not going to be a linear path, man. It's not just, you're not going to keep going up and growing. You're going to have dips, and understand that, and be patient with yourself. Like, let yourself have those mistakes, but then don't dwell in it. Be like, all right, hey, listen, that was a setback. That's cool. How can I fucking overcome it next time? And then build it, man. Like, if you can't put 2 good days together, fucking start with 2 minutes. Start with 2 hours. Then start stringing that together, and then do 2 days, then do 3 days, then 4 days, then a fucking week, and a month, and a year, and guess how fucking great your life truly can fucking be.
You just explained turtle hustle, man.
Let's go,
slow,
baby.
Consistent progress.
Let's go. But it's the truth,
it is,
dude. Rome wasn't built in a fucking day.
Nope. Brick by brick, man.
Exactly.
Brick by brick, and then where the misconception comes in, it's about getting better every single day. Is everybody thinks that you have to be perfect throughout the day, like, because you're either getting better or you're getting worse every single day. I'm giving the turtle hustle presenter here, but you're either getting better or you're getting worse every single day. There's no staying the same, because tomorrow we're a whole day older than we were yesterday, and then when we compound days into weeks, into months, into years, like, that adds up. And if you spend those times just, I'm just staying neutral, it's like, no, you got worse because you got older. And like, what getting better is not perfect of, I got up in the morning and I got my workout in and I prepped my meals and I had a great day at work, made no mistakes, came home and I was the perfect husband and father and made dinner and got to bed early. It's like, that's a perfect day. Like, that's not going to happen. You can have a complete shitty day. You can miss your workout. You can eat like crap. You can get in trouble at work, mess something up. You can have a fight with your spouse. But what is the one thing you did better? Did you go for a walk? Did you read that 15 minutes of motivational material? Did you stretch before bed? Were you intentional about something?
Yeah.
Because all those things that are, we'll just say negative or bad, like honestly, that's just kind of like normal life. Like you're gonna miss the gym. Like you're gonna fall off your nutrition. You're gonna get in trouble at work or not do well. You're gonna have an argument with your spouse. But like you have to intentionally do those things. Like you don't just accidentally go to the gym. You don't just accidentally read something. You don't accidentally compliment somebody. You don't accidentally get better. Like you have to be intentional about it. And it's just one thing. You can wipe out a whole shitty day by just telling your wife that you love her, or that dinner was great, or texting that friend in a while that like, hey, thinking about you. You pick up a Goggins book and you read a chapter, boom, you got better. And then you keep compounding that. You just do one little thing to get better every single day. Your day don't have to be perfect. Your whole day could be shit, but what was the one thing you did to get better? That's what getting better is. It's not perfect. It's not being perfect.
Oh, it's so fucking true. Like, even today, like this morning, like I went to the Cubs Sox game last night. Fucking great time, man. I haven't been drinking. I had like a few cocktails last night. I woke up. I felt like fucking shit. And I hate feeling like fucking shit. So like right off the rip, my day's going downhill, right? I fucking took my pillow, I swung it over. I'm like, all right, I gotta get out of bed now. I gotta go to the gym. Broke my fucking lamp off my nightstand. And like right then it's like, oh, this is how my fucking day's gonna go.
This is what happens.
And I just as easily could have been like, you know what? I'm not going to the gym now. Like my day's fucked. I'm gonna be miserable the rest of the day. Go to my kid's baseball game and be a miserable fuck. I didn't let it ruin my day.
Right.
You know, I pushed past it like, hey, we get a little hiccup. Let's go to the gym, start off right. I went to the game and I had a fucking blast.
See, and that's what people got to understand. Is like I always preach the 80-20 rule. Is like Dom said he's all into his health and his fitness and going to bed, but you know here he is at the Cubs game drinking, staying up. It's like that's life.
Yeah.
Like we enjoy life. Like I talk about like, hey, I don't really golf that much because I don't have that much time to like. But I'm like, I'm going on a golf trip to Hilton Head Island. Like that's where I want to golf. Like I don't want to golf at a park district. Not saying I don't or whatever, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, that's life. Like, oh, like every time I pick up a piece of pizza, somebody's like, oh, look at you. It's like, no, that's just
your health nut.
Yeah, right. It's like, no, you can do those things. That's what living life is. But it's like, do it on a quality standpoint. Like we don't go out for beers every single week. It's like, that's where you like go on vacation, enjoy yourself, go golfing, enjoy yourself, go to the Cubs game and enjoy yourself. But like, you got to bounce back because it's hard. So there's one thing I do. I have an accountability calendar, and for me, it's mostly nutrition. It's like if I have, because I always get my workout in, and it's like if I fall off if I have a good day, I give the day. I have a little calendar in my kitchen. I have a green marker. I get a circle on that day, and if I'm really bad, have a bad day, I get a red X. And when you see one red X, it's always followed by another.
Yep.
It's always, I rarely have one red X in a row. It's always one and then two, and then I have like 6, 7, because my goal is I want to have 80% good days and bad days. Because like when I say bad days, but like it's life, like cheat meals, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have cheat meals or cheat days. Like those are life, because everyone's like, what, Sunday's my cheat day, right?
Yeah,
it's like, first of all, we saying like it's a bad thing. It's like, well, you're going to literally, you don't need to indulge a whole day, but it's like, are you still going to have cheat day on Sunday if you went out for your friend's birday on Tuesday and then you had cake at the office on Thursday? Like you already cheated. But it's not cheated. That's just life. Yeah. You know, it's like I was talking, dude, when I go on vacation, oh my God, you should see like when we go to Hilton Head, like we go to dinners and it's just like appetizers, food, desserts, drinks, because it's like that's what it's for. And then I come home and it's just like back to the grind. That's what I say before. Yeah, we go out to dinner, but it's like not all the time. But it's like, but it's so enjoyable. And that's what I think like try to get across to people, which I don't try to say like, oh, I'm better than you because like I do this, that. It's like I'm training for like that vacation. Like get my body right. So like when I go on vacation, like, dude, I enjoy it. There's no working. Like I say, like if you have to work out on vacation, like you're not working hard enough at home.
Yeah.
Like when I go on vacation, there's no working out. Like I feel bad. People are like, oh my God, I shouldn't have ate that. It's like I shouldn't have spent that money. It's like, no, dude, that's what I get ready for. Like, it's just like, there's no holds barred. It's a vacation. Why is it a vacation if you have to worry about what you're eating, how much money you're spending, and you have to get that workout in? It's like, take care of that stuff at home. And then when you go on vacation, you don't worry about it.
Yeah. So true, though. Dude, I did run on the beach, though, but
I
did it because it was fucking beautiful.
I
First thing in the
it.
morning.
Yes.
Oh.
And that's what I'm saying is that, and I literally did that the last time we were in Hilton. There was a dolphin beach run, 5K. I did on the beach. I'm just like, I always look at it as like, I'll see people who post like on social media like working out on vacation. I'm like, I know for a fact that person doesn't work out at home. So what that says to me is they can only do it under perfect conditions.
Yeah.
Because when you're here, first of all, the weather's not great. You got work, you got kids, you got things to take care of. They're not finding the time to do it here. They're just waiting for perfect conditions. And when you're on vacation, when the weather's good, you don't have to worry about anything. But it's like, no, it's got to be the opposite. You got to work out every day here. So when you're on vacation, you just kick back and relax, and you don't got to worry about gaining the weight, spending the money, doing the time. Like, that's how I like to do it. And I think it's just super, super rewarding for me in every aspect of life.
You were just talking about, you made a post this morning, and I read it, and it was you running. Yeah. And you're like, I'm in my run, and I see the clouds. Like, it was beautiful. Like, the sun was kind of cresting through the clouds, and all of a sudden it started raining. You're like, oh, fuck, I got to turn around. You're like, no, I'm not fucking turning around.
First thought.
Little Shania Twain came on, baby, and we're
like,
fucking
let's go,
locked
girls.
in.
Dude, yes. And it was just, I was right by my house, and I'm like, oh, here we go. I got it. I was like, I'll just head home. And I'm like, oh, and I'll wait for it to stop. I'm like, well, one, I know if I go home, I'm not coming out. And I'm like, what if it stops in 5 minutes? And I know I'm not going back out, but I'm like, let's just stop for, like, I'll just run in the rain for 5 minutes.
A little rain, dude.
And then it rained the whole time. And I was like, damn, this is awesome. Because you know what? Because I thought right away, I was like, one, not that many people got up at 5 a.m. to do it. And I'm like, two, everybody would have went home. So you got to stay in there and do it. And that's how I do it. It's not a dig on anybody, right? No. It's not a dig. But it was just like, that's why I did it. And it was just like there. And Shania was on. So
yeah, well, I love Shania Twain, dude. Oh, yeah. Let's go, girls.
Yep. Oh, dude, I was like, oh, my God. Like, that's a sign.
The little adrenaline.
Dude, the tempo started. I was like, calm it down a little bit.
And then I started screaming, who's going to carry the fucking boat?
Don't even. Yeah, then I got you. And I was done with my run, and you texted me all the stuff to get me fired up. And my heart rate starts going up again. I'm like, damn, Dom got me.
Oh, dude, I was in the shower, and I started that 10-minute video that I sent you. I was blasting it, dude.
I listened on the way here, and I was just like, damn, like, that was good. That's why I'm like, dude, I had to calm down when I got here. Like, I was still like, don't quit. Yeah, it was good. I know, man. I tell people, and like when I teach, I was like, even like the Turtle Hustle class, all it is it's motivational quotes and then things like that. It's like I live a life of cliches. Like I just live by quotes and videos because they're all true.
It is true, right? And but what does it mean to you, right? Like, what do you take out of it? You just take, oh, this guy's just fucking promoting and blah 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 blah, and he's just, or are you actually taking something out of it?
You take something out of it because you got to look into it because you have to, like, when you hear those things, and like I'll do it at night, like this is where I fall into weird things. Like I tell people, stay off your phone, right? Like phones, like I'm addicted to my phone. I am. I'll be the first person.
Oh, dude, same.
But like a lot of this stuff, like I scroll like motivational content, and like maybe that's just my excuse, but like all my stuff is just like Hormozy and Goggins and Itzler and like all these guys, and I'm just like I like try to like find stuff that I hold on to like at night, and like I mean, there's some things that like that I find, and I'm just like it changes my life.
In a good way, but like there's people out there who like I challenge people to take a look at your feed, like take a look at your For You page, like what's on your app, your Instagram, your Facebook, all that, your TikTok, like what videos are you seeing? And if it's fucking not good for you, dude, get away, because like all we're doing is just like getting these cheap dopamine dumps from like watching this fucking hot chick walk down the street, and that ain't doing anything for you.
No, like I'm the first person to, like, it's weird because like I hate social media.
Oh, me too.
For the like unrealistic things that it gives to people and the addiction part of it, but like at the same time, like I'm sitting there watching videos, not all day, but like a lot of time, like I'm finding like motivational things, but like, I don't sit there and like look at girls or look at houses or whatever.
Or
it's just
it literally could be like what's going on in the world, and then it's like doom and gloom, and then it's like, oh, we're going to war with Iran, then this is happening, and then this is happening, and now they're shitting on cops again, and they want to crucify this, and Mandani in New York is shitting on like a cop, and he went to go visit the guy who stabbed, and it's just like you can spiral, and you can live in that state of fear because that's all you're fucking getting, and you're getting that cheap dopamine dump, so it's amplifying it to you. But then afterwards, like, you feel fucking empty, and like, it's just.
That's why I don't do it,
dude.
That's why I don't do it, because one, I don't know what to believe, and like I just know how like fast you can go down that rabbit hole. Because I've watched videos where I'm just like, there's one time I'm like, man, I think 9/11, you know, might have been, my inside, you know, it was kind of set. I'm just like, all right, dude, like, get out of here. Like, that's why I don't like. Besides social media, like all I do is just I post content and I look for it and I apply it to my life, the good stuff. Like literally, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that. Yeah. You know, that's why Allison woke up. She was like, I leave her notes now because I saw that. And it was like, you leave your spouse notes in the morning.
That's a good idea.
So I literally started doing that. Like, and it's weird. And I was running out of things to say. So I was drawing her little pictures of like dogs and bunny. And she was just like, but she said, she was just like, there was one thing. She was like, why are you being so nice to me? And I asked her, I was like, because I saw a video And she's like, why are you doing this? I'm like, do you really want to know? And she was like, yeah. She's like, did you see a video? And I was like, I did, but I had the thought, and it's kind of tied to it, but I was like, one day one of us is going to fucking die.
Yeah.
And I cried when I thought about it. I was like, one day one of us is going to fucking die, Al. And that's why I said you're standing, and we were in the kitchen. And I go, one day I'm going to go to bed, or you're going to go to bed, and we're going to wake up, and either one of us isn't going to wake up or one of us is going to be there. And that's a fucked up thing to think about. And now I'm swearing using the F word. So like, you know, like there's a time and place for when I swear. I don't like to say it, but like, it's probably the most serious thing that I've said to her in a long time.
Yeah.
Because I changed. And this was like 2 or 3 months. The note, there's the post-it note still hanging, and like she keeps them on the fridge, which is like kind of melts my heart because she keeps them. I find them. She never throws them away. And just like doing things like that, like that's life.
Yeah.
That's why, like, that right there is life, man.
I have a note on my fucking, as you said, you don't swear. I swear all the time. On my monitor for my wife.
Yeah.
And she read, and I leave it up there every day, and I taped it up there.
I taught a class yesterday, and when I woke up in the morning, there was a note, you know, from her, and it was, you know, so you're gonna do a great job, and at the bottom it said turtle puzzle, because that's what dudes calls turtle puzzle.
Love it.
And it's just like, and this morning I had the piece of paper, and I went to like throw it away, and I forgot what it was. I was like, oh. I was like, dang, I almost threw it away, and I folded up and put it in my bag. But like, think about that. Like, think about waking up and finding a note from your spouse, and like, that's what life is. Isn't the sunset dinner on vacation. Yeah. Because those happen how often?
Oh, dude, once a year maybe.
There you go. Those little notes are what get you to that dinner. It's those little things. And again, if anybody's, I'm not the greatest husband in the world, and you act like this is like I do these things right. Like but I try.
But that's all that matters.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, it's those little things. That probably why when I started to realize those little things is when I started to become who I am. And I'll tell you, I started to become who I am probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I was not always this positive mindset go. I was just afraid to do it.
Right.
Because I was unsure how it would be perceived. I didn't give myself the credibility about it. And now, and even my own spouse, right? He was like, oh my gosh, like, what's Allison going to say if I leave her little notes and be like, she's got to realize, I mean, she's a cop, man. Like, she's a boy mom. She's a cop. She's
balls too,
dude. Like, she's not, it's why, I mean, I love her. She's not this little, like, hurt my feelings type thing. Like, she's a tough girl, man. So, now, obviously, she tell her I love her, and you know,
for
still,
sure.
you know, she's still a mom and you know, my wife and things, but you know, like I'm the emotional one in the relationship, you know, so it's, you know, to leave her those things, it's like, oh, is she gonna be, you know, what is she gonna think if I leave her a note, right? Your own spouse, you know, it's like,
but I think that's something to touch on is to be authentically you.
Yep.
And not to give a shit what other people think.
You can't.
Stop. Like, right?
You
stop acting a certain way because you think like you have to be this macho such and such, or you have to be this strong. Just be authentically you.
Yep.
And you'll realize how freeing it really is.
It's the greatest thing in the entire world. Like, it was cool. This is one of the first, like, I've never done like a podcast, but like I was so glad I came in here like this time, because like this is me. Like, I don't really care if like if you look at me and like, hey, this guy, like, for whatever, but like this is me. Like, I love turtles. I love being a dad. I love being a police officer. I love being positive. I love Shania Twain. Like, you know, it's what I am. Like, I collect turtles and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's just, that's what it is. But you talk about like, who cares? Like, you're gonna die one day and nobody knows who the hell you are.
Yeah.
And like, here, let me ask you this: do you know your great grandparents?
My great grandfather. I've heard stories about them, but I've never met them. And
now you have a little bit. This is probably a bad example. You have a little bit of a story where people may remember. But basically, my point is, you're 2 generations away from being extinct.
It's and no one
nobody is gonna, unless, I mean, maybe like. Who from like that long ago, like, okay, like I can think of like, you know, like Martin Luther King and like Abraham Lincoln, and like you think of all these people
iconic.
Yes, like that's who people like remember, right? Like your own family isn't going to remember. You're 2 generations away from being completely
Your own
forgettable. Who
blood.
gives a shit? Like, so who cares what somebody on social media says or thinks about you? It's like, just go do whatever you want to do as long as you don't hold anybody back from trying to do something, and just go be a great person. And I promise you, it's going to, like, you're going to feel freaking incredible.
Incredible. And actually, and to kind of build off that too, it's the same thing with your department, bro. Same thing with your department. You're just going to be some story people tell on fucking roll call one day. Yeah. And then one day, they're not going to tell any stories about you because everyone that used to tell the stories about you are now gone.
Yeah. We had, like, our chief was there for, man, like 30 years. He's a great dude. But, like, and then we had officers who were there for like 30 something years who like just retired. And we asked some of the new people, I'm like, hey, do you know so-and-so? And they're like, who? I'm like, damn, like,
right.
You can spend 30 something years and like, yeah, you're just forgotten.
Yeah.
And it's not in a bad, you don't want to say like, oh,
it's
you're not anybody, but you got to know that. Like, you have to know that as a person, like, who cares what other people think?
Yes.
Go do you. Think about the stress. Cause I remember when I talked about, I figured out my why and who I was, and I felt the weight lift off my shoulders. Think about your body. Think about the stress it gets put on when you're trying to be yourself on the inside, but outside you got to be, hey, okay, no, you can't say that. You really want to say that. You really want to do that, but you're afraid of what person see. Like when your friends, like when everybody in grade school is picking on somebody, and you're like, man, I really want to go give that kid a hug, and I want to tell him it's going to be okay. Right. But you continue to pick on him because you're that. That was me, man. Like, I never wanted to pick on anybody or do that, and I didn't do it a lot or whatever. But it's just like I was always afraid to be who I am, even in law enforcement. It's like, you're afraid to be that super positive, whatever, but that's who I was.
Yeah.
And now, like, I am that person. It's like, yes. And guess what? People are like, oh, here comes Mr. Positivity again. It's like, it's like, yep, that's who I am. Not going to hear a negative thing.
Right.
So,
because what's the word? Someone doesn't like you because you're too fucking positive. Or they think you're fake. Oh, guess what, motherfucker? I don't need you in my life. Then I don't care.
Man. Oh, that's awesome. I always tell my wife, I go, we don't have to be best friends with everybody, but we'll never give anybody a reason not to like us. Yep. And if you don't like me, then you just have some personal thing. And listen, I guess there's going to be somebody out there that don't like me, or I'm, maybe have something with. But like, if you don't like me, or it's like you don't understand. You don't know me, because if I don't like you, I'm not mean to you. I'm just not giving you my time or whatever. Right. I ain't gonna swear at you. I'm not gonna talk about you behind your back. I just like whatever. But like, I just don't have the time.
It's what you say about like. So people say it's like what you don't like in someone is what you don't like in your own self.
Yes.
It's like you're looking into a mirror. You're seeing things that you hate about yourself in that person. And that's why you don't like that person.
Yep. I heard that quote the other day. A commander sent it to me. What they hate in you is what's missing in them. Yeah.
And then now you need to, if you realize that, and that's like fucking a flip to switch in your head, start doing some fucking self-reflection.
Yep. Yeah. What's the quote? Well, one of my favorite quote of all time is, you'll never be criticized by someone doing more than you. You'll only be criticized by someone doing less, right? So I love the critics. I tell myself people are talking about you. Like when I post stuff or I tease, I'm like, man, or I'm doing something, you're talking about doing something. Like, even this podcast, people are probably, I'm thinking like people are like, oh, this guy thinks he's awesome. Like, yep, keep giving it to me. Like, keep giving it to me. So what are you doing? Yep.
Yeah.
And then I just, to bounce off that one is just like, spend so much time on self-improvement, you leave no time to criticize others.
100%, man.
It's like,
because that's the only thing you're focusing on.
Yes, like just focus on you. You have no time left to judge or criticize anybody else, because there's literally no time for it.
Yeah.
Like, just keep working and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Yeah. Like, great. And you're just going on with your life. I'm like, I'm just getting better, bro. I'm just in the gym. I'm just reading. I'm just working, just building content, just spending time with my family. There's no time to sit here and be like, look at Dom, shot in face, thinks he's cool, starting this podcast. Like, what are you doing?
I posted this. My son, I was ripping out my landscaping, and I had my shirt off because it was hot as fuck. And my son was started helping me right after school, and he took his shirt off, and I thought it was the cutest thing. And he's taking his shovel and he's putting it in the wheelbarrow. And my wife came on, she took a picture of us, and I posted it. And I get my balls busted by my buddies at the gym. Like, oh, you think you're you're in good shape and blah blah blah. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you're just fucking jealous. Like, dude. I didn't post it for people to see me with my shirt off. I posted because that was a great moment with my son. And also too, it's like I'm fucking proud too of how well like in shape I've been. Have you seen a picture of me before? Like,
I saw that.
Dude, I was 260 pounds, and it was just like flubber, dude. Like that investigations 20, it happened, man.
Yeah.
And like after the shooting, like that also fucking threw me down a hill too. But it's just like,
you got a little bit of it
to show from where I started to where I am now. Like, that's the fucking grind. That's the I started going to the gym. That's the I'm not going to be a victim. That's the I'm not going to let this motherfucker get the best of me. Like, yeah, I lost that fucking battle. I lost that gunfight, but I'm going to win everything else after that. Every single day. I'll see a picture of your face and I'm going to fucking grind even harder the next day. I will sometimes push myself so hard like my legs will cramp. Like, I was going to my sister's house for Halloween and I killed it with legs that day. And I get out of my car, and as soon as my foot touches the pavement, my whole left leg locked up. And now I'm on my hands and knees in the middle of the fucking street. My wife's laughing at me. She's like, well, we'll see you in 10 minutes. I'm like crawling to her front door. But it's just, dude, like, doesn't fucking matter what people think. I don't care.
I saw that picture that you posted. It was awesome. And I love it. And I saw it and I was just like, I'm like, dude, Dom's ripped. Like, I'm like, dude,
best shit of my life.
It was awesome. It's an adorable picture because like I saw it. And the funny thing is, like, I knew why you posted it. I'm like, oh my God, Luca with the shovel there. But I saw, which is funny, is like, I saw that and I was like, that. I kind of was just like, oh man, that takes some balls to post because of that reason of like people are going to judge you thinking you post that because you look shredded. And I saw that and was like, I got to step my game up. I'm like, damn, I go, dude, motherfucker's ripped. And I took that as just like, oh boy, like, let's go. Like,
hey,
time to show
pictures.
There you go. And that's why I was just like, man, like all right, man, there's the standard. Like, now I got to see it. That's how I saw it. That's how people need to see it.
100%.
If you're ripping on Dom for that picture, it's just like, take a look
Rip
in the mirror.
Baby.
Right, there you
Rip
go.
On me.
And that's what I want.
it.
Because I was just like, damn, if I say something, I want to, but I can't because I know I don't look like that. So like, not yet. So now I got to get there. But that's that mindset, right?
Shoot that shot, baby.
Yep.
But like that kid kept me alive. That kid kept me alive.
It. I could believe it.
Like, that kid is my fucking everything, man.
I can't wait to give him a hug on that.
Like, he's the best. Hopefully he's still here. They might be leaving soon.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, what time did we start? 11:30?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anything else you want to touch on before we take off?
We could be here for 4 days, man. I mean, we're gonna have to do a part 2.
100%. We're gonna be back on.
Just scratch.
You're just gonna be a regular, brother.
Right. I love it.
A regular on the show.
We're gonna change the world.
Hey,
that's what we said.
One podcast at a time, one class at a time.
Yes.
Anything you want to say before we take off, man?
Just be true to yourself.
Hey,
that's it. Just be true to yourself.
Amen. Dad, do you have anything? No. You were getting a little worked up when he was talking about his mom?
Maybe a little.
Yeah, I heard some sniffles over there. He also watched his mom pass away.
Okay.
Yeah, lung cancer. So I think you cry more on the podcast than I do.
Some of these stories they really get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tear up listening.
Especially the ones that hit home.
Yeah. Those resonate. That's why. Love it, brother. Dude, thank you so much for coming on, man. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited to be working with you in the future. I'm excited for you to be working with us on the podcast in the future, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, big things are fucking happening in 2026, man.
Bringing Dom on. Dom's going to tell his story at my class when I go out and teach him. Bringing Dom on to tell his story.
What dates? Do you have those dates off the top of your head?
Yeah, so I'm doing the officer wellness class in July 10th at the Norwich Police Department is hosting it there at their community center, and then August 21st at the Bensenville Police Department. You can find links to those on my Facebook page. They're on Instagram as well, but you can buy tickets on there. Reach out to me if you have any questions on social media there, and in my email, andrew@turtlehustle.org. You want to sign up, or if anybody has wants to go and do in-house trainings and stuff like that in your department, just reach out. Cater to anything, man.
Love it, boy.
Nice little marketing ad there, right?
Love it. Hey, make that plug, brother.
Right?
Make that plug. Do you have a website at all?
No website. Just on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Turtle Hustle.
Turtle Hustle.
Just thank you for your continued leadership and all that stuff.
Hey, and if you guys follow us on Instagram, we've also followed Turtle Hustle, so you can find them in our followers or just search Turtle Hustler.
Thanks, man.
Dude, thank you for coming on, man. I had a fucking blast.
It's awesome.
It literally flew by.
I can't believe it's already 2 o'clock.
Flew by.
Yeah. Man, we're going to change the world.
Hey.
We're going to do it.
Absolutely, brother. We appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Beyond the Dispatch, and we'll catch you on the next one.